Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, fathers, uncles, brothers, sisters, former roommates, you're watching the Jody Emerald Sanders Realty pregame show here on Let's Go Elks. Welcome to the party, guys. I swear it doesn't matter how early we get here. I still feel like we're rushing to get it going, but that's on us, not you. Welcome to the live stream. Guys, I'm joined tonight by a little bit of different crew, but he's got a beard, so that's all right.
He fits in.
Introduce yourself. Let us know why you're here, what you're here. How do we con you into doing this business?
My name is Brandon Mossness, and I am, I guess you would call it, assistant coach of the 8th grade middle school team. My mom graduated from Round Valley. My wife graduated from Sholo, which is ironic. Just got blessed to be in some people's lives here in the community. For example, your son is on my team.
Yes, so that'll be some interesting commentary here later tonight, considering he's right behind us too.
Yes. So I don't know, just been blessed to be around a good community and some good people, and that's kind of how I ended up in this position, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
Well, we appreciate you partying with us this evening. He's going to be our man on the stats. He's got a laptop and a lot of buttons. We're going to try to get things going for you guys because we got a little bit different situation tonight. We, because of an exclusivity agreement that was signed, are bringing you an audio broadcast tonight, which Ethan talked about last week. And so we're going to give you as much of the action as we can, but it's going to feel a lot like a state playoff game. And here come your Round Valley Elks. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of the action here.
Yeah, I promise we're not doing audio only because I made so many mistakes. Because I have noticed I have no buttons to push this week, and I don't know if that's –
that is not – yeah, they're literally – Ethan has no buttons.
I've got a couple knobs maybe.
So, guys, we can bring you this action when there is an active play going on. You're going to have the scoreboard a lot. We're going to use the stats as much as we can, guys. So we're going to be in your ear holes for the evening, and we're going to do the best we can to describe the situation, just like it was on KRVZ 1400, bringing it back just a little bit. But, guys, Let's Go Elks, bringing the action here in Sholo. We drove through a wall, straight-up wall of rain on the way here, and it's fine here. It drizzled for a second, and we put the easy up just in case, and
no rain.
No rain. So here we are.
Beautiful night. Beautiful fall night.
So I feel like the best pregame is the pregame we have in the car on the way over. Unfortunately, right? We're talking about all these things, and now I'm like, what did we talk about that I want to bring up? What are the things? What are the things that I told Mossness not to say because we were going to say it once we went live? But guys, almost a year ago today, pretty much, Round Valley in Sholo for their homecoming. Winning that game. Lots of penalties. Ethan, weren't we saying like 360 total yards and penalties for both teams?
So many penalties.
So many. Back at it again tonight. A little bit of deja vu, guys, because it is St. John's homecoming Sholo's homecoming once again.
And, Wes, we talked about this a little earlier. Not much of a homecoming crowd. I would expect when we showed up, maybe at 6 o'clock, that they would have a huge tailgate. The parking lot would be packed. The student section would be ready to go. I mean, I'm counting maybe 30 kids in the student section.
So there are a number of alumni. That is starting to fill out. I was a little worried with that, but there's a steady stream of people coming in. So you want that for homecoming. You definitely want it to be loud and crazy.
You want the community backing you, especially on a big game like this.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely feel atmosphere-wise, it's just quiet.
So far. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're definitely on the side that should be loud and ridiculous, right?
I mean, we are sitting next to the family with the cowbell.
Luckily. I can't wait. I mean, I have a fever, if I'm honest.
That's right.
Little Saturday Night Live reference for you.
I cannot understand a word coming out of the PA. So I don't know if we're about to do anthem or what we're doing.
They have some really big speakers. Yeah, okay, that is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to stand. We're going to remove cover for the national anthem. Guys, almost down to the second. They've got this baby timed. That was the Sholo Marching Band accompanied by Coach Mossness with the national anthem here this evening.
Oh, whoops.
Thank you for joining us. We're glad you're here on Let's Go Elks as we wrap up the Emerald Sanders Realty pregame show as the captains get ready to head out onto the field to get things going. Guys, if you're looking to buy a property, sell a property, Jody's in business a long time. She sold us our first home in Eager. Give them a call. Give Jody a call at Emerald Sanders Realty, 928-245-0392. Captains on the field. Guys, we don't have rosters. We need to find some programs. I will send Rustin to see if we can't grab some of them right now.
I will tell you that my favorite part about playing in Sholo, though, is their drum line, because they're pretty good every year.
Yes.
So hats off to those kids. Super enjoyable every year we come here. All right, captains meeting in the middle.
I do have captains for Round Valley, though.
Tell us.
All right. Usually, and luckily he's the biggest one on the field, is 77 Keanu Clark.
That is true. He's hard to miss. That's straight up hard to miss.
Yes. Trayson Merrill is also out there, along with Armando Garcia and Riker Marble.
Rounding out your Round Valley Elks captains. Hands are shaking. I didn't see who won the toss and where are we going, Coach?
Oh, that is a good question. I was not paying attention to that one.
Well, we'll let you know in just a second. We're still trying to get worked into the situation here. Guys, what we're going to try to do is we've got Scott on the sidelines with his camera. He's going to run us memory cards as much as we can. We're going to bring you shots of the evening that you see here. This is some footage from shots from a game or two ago as we work in to the first quarter of play. So steady stream of cars. I think you're wondering about that homecoming crowd. I think they're coming. They're just not in a hurry, I guess. They're on their way, though.
Yeah, I mean, they got Metallica going now. I mean, they're trying. They're getting there.
Yeah, I can feel some Enter Sandman right there. I hope that's what it is. I'm just feeling the bass line.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. Nice weather, not a lot of wind. Guys, the flag just moving just a little bit in. Is that going to be an easterly direction?
Towards
west to east, right?
Yes. Yeah, towards Round Valley.
Okay. Yeah, the wind blowing towards Round Valley. I like it. We'll take that.
Okay.
We'll absolutely take that.
The way Sholo's set up looks like they're going to receive the ball to start off the game.
That would be the goofiest kicking formation if it was. So I think you're correct. Round Valley to kick off to get things started. That could have gone one of two ways. Sholo could have won the toss and said, we want it. It's homecoming, right? You want to open with that aggression. Or a more typical stance is a defer to the second half. Round Valley kicks to start. Yep. And here we go. Either way, Kevin Flores getting the rest of the kicking team set up.
Yeah, what threw me is I was looking for the cleats, and I couldn't find them. So
they're
I'm
black.
Like, we must not be kicking off.
They're not lime green.
No.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, with the blow of that whistle, we're starting things off. And it's an onside.
Onside.
And they're going to let it go. They're going to let it go out. Nice bounce on that, though. Kevin Flores with a good job starting it off.
It stayed in bounds all the way to the 20, to the 24.
They didn't bite on it, though. The Cougars not biting on it. That would be why we don't have him, guys. I probably would have grabbed him if I saw him. No program, so Coach, you've got the roster as comprehensive as we have it on the stats, so you give us numbers when we don't know what the crap is going on.
Luckily, I've been around for 2 games. Well, okay, 2 games with you in the Dome, and I've gotten to learn these kids on the defense a little bit well. Just a little bit. Proficient enough, I guess.
I like it. All right, guys, we're starting off the Treadmasters first quarter. Treadmasters located in Eager in between National Bank of Arizona and the Circle K. Under center, pitch right side. We're going to make a pass. Woo! 12 open for it. 12 comes down with it, tackled by Elmer. It's going to be a Cougar first down.
Halfback pass to open the game. Not bad.
We were talking about how often you use fancy, right? How often you break those out. And it's interesting to see something a little more fancy get broken out in the opening play of a ball game.
There is a lot of boy on that Sholo offensive line. They got some big old boys down there.
1st and 10 for the Cougars under center. Handoff left side, number 6 with it. 6 going to break through, close to a first down. Going to be gained about 9 on the play.
There is some speed to this Sholo offense that I don't think Round Valley's used to seeing this far in the season.
So a need for a quick adjustment then. We're going to see Round Valley adjust to that defensively. So. Sholo on the Elks 25-yard line right now, 2nd and about 1. Sholo from the shotgun now. We are from the shotgun. 6 with a little hop, step, in motion. Flag on the play.
False start.
We'll be traveling against the offense.
Got them happy feet.
So once again, guys, pictures in the dome. As soon as we get a memory card from Scott, I will upload some of those pictures for you and give you some new images. We'll try to update those as often as we can. Scott, unfortunately, on the other side of the field, so that is going to slow down our ability to get those to you, but we will as much as we can. Quarterback rolling to the left side. Big drop, about 10 yards. I don't think they're going to call that
They gave it to him.
Okay, so he must have been farther away from the line than I thought he was. He was showing us his juggling skills as he headed out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yes, Sholo still with the meme pictures. I'm really excited about this. We got a sideways flag of the United States, or not flag, but map of the United States.
And Jurassic World.
Okay, so this is going to be a Pikachu play right here. That's what we got going on. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Quarterback rolls to the right side. Quarterback keeper. He's going to find some room on the right side. Get to about the 20. Gain of 2. Late whistle, though. What's going on there?
Yeah.
Ball spotted right on the 20. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm having a hard time hearing the whistles tonight.
Yep.
Okay, I thought it was a late whistle. Maybe it wasn't. We just couldn't hear it.
Yeah, they're not blowing them very loud.
And for those of you watching at home, I am new to the stats computers, so be a little kind.
Is that a run up the middle, Ethan? I was looking at the stats.
Yep, it was a quick handoff.
Gain of about 7 on the play, going to be 3rd and 1.
Looks like you hit that A or B gap off the left side there.
It's going to be, third. Well, so a little less than I thought it was. Gain of about 6 cents. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Quarterback's under center, 2 in the back. I believe that's an I formation. Hands off to the 2nd man, right side in the 2 gap. He's still pushing.
Jeez Louise.
Elks are going to bring him down, but I believe that's going to be a Sholo first down.
Just enough for the first, yeah.
1st and goal on about the 8.
Yep.
Wow. This is a shift for me. I'm having to change the way my brain works and talk a lot more. Guys, we're trying to get you as much of it as we can. Sholo again debuted these new jerseys last year. Very, very, very dark green on the jersey.
Some might call them black.
I wouldn't dare to say that. All right, different formation. We're from the shotgun now. 2 the quarterback for the Cougars. Number 6 in the backfield with him. Hey, we'll try to pull up Max Preps and see if we can't get a roster as well here in a bit. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. 6 is going to get it on the left side about the 3. Gain of just a couple on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4.
So Sholo moving down the field well, but having to work for it. The majority of the yards came off of that halfback pass to open up the game.
Yep, and then the other pass to the left side that he juggled out of bounds, or juggled and ran out of bounds.
All right, power eye.
Yeah, power eye under center, hands off again. 2nd man, 3 for 6 points. 8:15 left in the first. Sholo puts the first scores on the board for 6 points. Now that's the 2nd or 3rd time we saw that play this drive. And I guess if it's an ain't broken, don't fix it mentality possibly, until it doesn't work, right?
As an offense, you got to run the ball until they stop something.
That's fair. Keep doing it until it don't work.
Yep.
Sholo lined up for the single extra point, spread way out. Now they're coming back in, trying to juggle the Elks around a little bit. That's blocked. Blocked by number 5.
Yeah, you can't run those back in high school. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
The
Dead
Elks were
play.
like, well, they never whistled, so they picked it up and started running. But nope, that's the end of it.
All right, I am going to have to pull up, which we do have, a varsity roster for the Elks. I'm going to pull up so I can see what's going on.
So my first impressions, I'm seeing a lot of what we saw in Post and Butte out of the Elks, where we're getting penetration and hitting the running backs. But that first hit, we're not stopping him. He's getting that second effort and going. I don't know if we're not wrapping, we're not getting the gang tackles, but that's my takeaway so far. What do you think, Coach?
What I'm seeing is that I'm used to seeing Keanu Clark on the defensive line. And I know that he's a hard hitter and he's really smart. And so I noticed that he's back playing middle linebacker right now. And so I think they're giving up a little size to these big offensive linemen from Sholo. And so I think they're able to get up to that second level and really secure those blocks really well. And so I'm not sure if they'd want to make that adjustment, having that size up on the line and then still having that speed at the linebacker position to kind of help back him up a little bit in those situations.
So one thing I've seen at the high school level, when you're in that situation, you don't have the meat on the defensive line, is just have them dive in there and grab ankles and close those gaps at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, you got to scrap. If you don't have the size, you got to be able to fight your way out of a situation.
Sholo with the kick that's going to bounce to the 20. Picked up by number 11 for the Elks. That's Walker. Walker's going to get it to about the 25 as the Elks offense comes onto the field for the first time. Guys, I'm seeing some comments on Facebook. Unfortunately, Sholo signed an exclusivity agreement for video rights, and so we are bringing you as much of the game as we can right now. We're bringing you like a playoff-style audio broadcast. There will be more pictures of the game as soon as we can get some from Scott. Hey, Russ, why don't you go grab a memory card from Scott so we can upload some of those, and we'll bring you, again, as much of the game as we absolutely can, as quick as we can. That's why we're talking a little bit more, trying to give you a little more detail as the Elks go 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Riker Marble standing on the 20-yard line from the shotgun position, one in the backfield with him. Receivers to the right side. We're going to hand off up the middle. We're
Gage.
pushing like the choo-choo train. Was that Gage Baker, I believe?
Gage up the middle.
That is very nice.
Gage Baker, I believe, going to get about 6 yards on it. Let's see where they put it. Call it 5, actually.
Yep.
2nd and 5. Janelle, we're glad you and Chase got it figured out. They're doing a little bit of redneck engineering. They've got a video playing on their TV, and they've got us playing with the audio, so we appreciate it. On top of that, grab your phone, get on Facebook, and get on the chat with us so we can join you as much as we can. We're going to try to bring the action here.
The only weirdness with that would be syncing the audio, so I'm seeing 7:28, 27.
Yeah, so how do you
26.
pause that? So 2nd and 5, here we go. From the shotgun, hands off number 4. Again, nowhere, he kept it.
Keeper by Riker.
I believe that's going to be right at a 1st down.
Yep, already signaling the first.
We're moving the chains for an Elks. 1st down. Riker Marble with the quarterback keeper. Here we are in the Treadmasters first quarter, guys. Treadmasters, go check them out. They sell, mount, balance, repair tires and wheels, full service oil changes, alignments, and a lot of other good stuff. Go check them out for your brakes, your tire monitoring. Go see them in between Circle K and National Bank of Arizona.
Indeed, every October is when I get new tires.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair.
Smart man.
I like keeping new rubber in snow season.
1st and 10 for the Elks. Riker Marble standing on the 30. He's
kept
going to keep it again. He sold me again. First down for Riker Marble, right side. He's still going. He's going to cross midfield.
He's hit hard out of bounds. That's going to
There's a flag.
Late flag.
There's a flag on that.
Yep.
He made it to, I want to say, about the 42, maybe a little bit farther if I'm counting
I think
the
they're going to
numbers
give
wrong.
him 15 more for that hit. The only other thing is potential block in the back, but both blocks I saw look clean.
Coach, how many yards on that one from a stats perspective?
Holy cow. Okay, we were around the 35-yard line to the opposite 40. So we're looking at a 25-yard run plus an extra 15 for I'm going to say a potential 40-yard play.
I like it. I like it.
There's still a flag. Have they not picked it up yet? Or
They're still discussing, I guess.
They signaled unsportsmanlike once. Okay.
Timeout on. So was it an official timeout? Who called the timeout? Sholo called the timeout. First time out for Sholo. 6:37 left in the first quarter. 6-0 the score.
So now it's on the 27?
That's what it's looking like.
Hey,
okay.
From the 42-yard line, I'm telling you, that's where he got. Boom. So Elks are going to be 1st and 10 from the Sholo 27-yard line. You're watching the Treadmasters first quarter of play. Let's go Elks here in Sholo.
You know, as much as we run Riker along that sideline, it's kind of a penalty I like to see early because it'll calm him down and just get him to be pushing out because I don't want to get our quarterback hurt.
Sets the tone, right?
Instead of driving him 4 yards off almost into the track is what I saw.
Yep.
All righty.
Scott, tell me you haven't already taken 100 pictures. Oh, heaven help us.
He
All right.
loves pictures.
Riker Marble, 27-yard line. Ball getting snapped. Riker's headed to the left. Pass to the left side. Passes up. Brett Jordan overthrown about 2 steps, unfortunately, in the end zone.
Yep.
It's going to be 2nd down.
You know, that is a play I have not seen from Round Valley so far this year.
That play action roll out and stop.
Well, it looked like a fake option. Like they were
Yeah.
faking the speed option to the left side, then all of a sudden
And then he just took a
pulls
step
up
back.
and goes. I like the call because we do run a lot of options. So Sholo will key off of that.
Indeed. Up the middle with Gage. Looks like he got just about back to the line of scrimmage. Bring 3rd down and 10 for the Elks.
Yeah, we need to capitalize on this field position and take advantage of that penalty for
Indeed.
sure.
So 3rd and 10, again from the 27-yard line.
All righty.
I didn't think the Lobos were here.
Is that Riley in the backfield?
That
Man,
looks-
Harlan.
Man in motion left side. Riker Marble looking for a pass. Rolls to the right side. Lots of pressure. He's going to get hit hard by the Cougars. It's going to be 4th and long for the Elks. We'll call it the 35-yard line. It would be about a 52-yard field goal attempt.
That kind of pushes us out of field goal range.
Pooch punt situation here is what I'm looking at.
I would just go max hang time and hope for a muff.
High.
Yep.
Just hit it high.
Fair enough.
I have no idea why muff is the word they chose. I had this discussion with my wife while watching the football game last night, but it is.
Yeah.
A muffed punt.
Another timeout on the field. All right, guys, keep them going during the timeout. I'm trying to get some pictures in this action. We are 5:07 left in the first quarter to play. The Sholo Cougars currently leading by 6. While we are in a timeout situation, give some love to some of our sponsors. A big thanks to Altitude, Hyperbaric Chamber at altitude.life. If you need to recover, if you want to work on your health in a number of different ways, you can get below sea level oxygen. Hyperbaric goodness tonight with Altitude. Give them a call today. Go to altitude.life. Call and message about how Altitude can help you improve your body's ability to function at optimal performance.
Nice punt there. Oh.
If it had bounced the other way, it would have been on the 1. Because it was right next to that pylon. All it needed to do was bounce right instead of left. It bounces left and goes in the end zone.
So where did it bounce? Where are we at? Where are they at?
Touchback.
So it was a touchback.
We're going to head to the 20-yard line then, am I right?
Yep, he got it to the far pylon and just needed the right bounce, and it didn't quite go for him. If it went right, it would have went out of bounds right around the 1 or 2 yard line, which would have been fantastic. right. Under pressure, he had to get rid of that one quickly, and so he led his receiver by about 3 steps.
Pretty good coverage there by the defense that time.
It was, indeed. And who was that? Number 12. Was that Ziegler in there giving some pressure on that left side?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yep. I liked how he didn't over-pursue and let that lineman get behind him so he could stay in front of the quarterback, held him at arm's length, and kind of kept that pressure on and hands up.
Yes, absolutely. That's good defensive end technique.
2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Quarterback from the shotgun, one in the backfield with him, heavy to the right side with 3 receivers. I believe they're going to hand that off. I'm going to guess to number 6 because we've seen that a number of times from the Cougars.
Dive to the left, but this time the Elks shut it down right at the line.
Loss of a yard on the play.
Loss of a yard.
It's going to be 3rd and 11 as we got 4:42 in the clock running here in the Treadmasters first quarter coverage here on Let's Go Elks. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Make sure to hit that share button. Let your friends and family know where they can keep catching all the action with us tonight.
Play action boot.
Quarterback's rolling hard to the right side. The official on the left side giving it a negative. Ghost Rider.
He had it, and then when he hit the ground, it flipped out, so that was incomplete instead of a fumble. So, hey, that brings up 4th down for the Cougars, which is great progress for the Elks.
Little different strategy on a punt here, but again, great work by the Elks defense with a 3-and-out situation. This should get the Elks the ball, the reception about midfield, and we'll see what our recovery man does with it. Is that Walker to the back? I can't see the number.
I see number 2.
Nope, that is number 2. That's Kyle Clark. Kyle Clark out for a few games. He heads to the right side, bobs into the left. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line. Flag on the play right at midfield.
Late flag.
Our side official giving that call, so we'll see if that's a blocking situation? Is that a hold? That
I didn't see anything from at least on the return side.
And he was throwing it from the back side, away from where the run was going. I would think more of a hold, or are they pointing at Round Valley now? Yeah, they're moving it back, looks like.
So, guys, let us know where
Block in the back, Round Valley.
Where are you watching the stream from tonight? Where are you joining us here as we got the game for you, the Sholo Round Valley game. It is Sholo's homecoming again. 4 minutes in the clock here in the first quarter, your Treadmasters first quarter coverage. Where are you watching the game from? Let us know. You got friends and family. Don't forget to hit that share button. Let them know where they can get all the Elks live.
Wes, I can tell you one person is listening from New Trioso tonight. And
Yeah.
That is Coach Todd Workman.
Coach doing an excellent job with you with the 8th grade team. Super appreciate it. Riker's going to hold on to it. Had the option to pitch to Harlan. Does not do so.
Yeah, his pitch man was well covered by number 22 for the Cougars. And so he tried to just duck inside and trying to get it a yard closer to the line of scrimmage. And
it's going to be a loss of about 2, unfortunately, for the Elks on that play.
One thing about Sholo's defense is they send a lot of pressure from a bunch of different angles, and offensive lines hate that. So having to pick that up and remember your assignments can be tricky.
2nd and 12 for the Elks. Riker receives the snap, looks with a pass up the middle. Intercepted at the 45-yard line by the Cougars. Tipped by an Elk, intercepted. Number 10's going to run out of bounds about the 42-yard line. It's going to be the Cougars' ball on the Elks 42 with 3:07 left in the first.
All right, and watching that play, I remember what I really dislike about the Cougars field is how close that track is to that sideline.
Whoop.
And it's just instantly, as soon as you see a player with cleats hit it, they just go down hard.
Yep. That does not look pretty on that side.
No, it does not.
So Round Valley with a similar situation when you play soccer in the dome. They've been trying, and now we have found out that you can modify the field a little bit to help, and we're going to give a little more cushion because soccer having a similar concern in the dome. 1st and 10 for the Cougars on about the 41-yard line. I was a yard off there. Cougars with receivers everywhere, to both sides. I believe our tight ends on the left. Quarterback in the shotgun position. calls for the ball in the 46. Quick pass right side to 20. 20's going to get it wrapped up super quick by Elmer. Pushed out of bounds. We're going to call it the 34-yard line.
Indeed.
Second down.
Elmer on the initial hit got help from Riley Harlan, bringing him on out of bounds.
Coach Workman joined in the chat tonight. Coach, we love you. From the shotgun position, handoff left side to number 6. He's going to work around the outside, though. Finds a pocket of running room, and that's going to be good for 6 points for the Cougars with 2:52 left in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't like being critical, but I saw our safety, our other safety. We had too high on that one, and he chose a unfortunate pursuit angle, and I knew he wasn't going to make it. That 6 is way too fast for that.
So a good read by number 6 for the
He needed to get
Cougars.
flat fast, and he kept penetrating and then tried to open his hips up, and then he was already too far behind him. Didn't quite make it.
12-0, 2:52 left in the Treadmasters first quarter of play here on Let's Go Elks. We appreciate you joining us tonight, however you are making those connections. Flag on the play. Is that a delay of game possibly? Yeah, delay of game against the Cougars. Scoot it back and try again.
So we're still going to kick it. Nope, they're going to go for 2.
Switch it up. They're going to take the snap from the 7. It is received, but they're going to call it good. Ball must have crossed the plane with 2:52 left in the first quarter. Sholo goes up 14-0.
Yeah, that was just tremendous effort by that receiver. He got hit hard at the 1 as he's going down to reach out and get that ball right across the line. Hats off to him.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we are. Elks are going to get another possession. This will be their 3rd possession. Drove down, stalled out around the 27, and then they had that unfortunate tip into a pick by the deep safety. So let's see if they can make some points out of this 3rd drive.
Hey, so let's take a quick check really quick and go to the shortstop stats really quick. Coach, talk to us from a numbers perspective. What are you thinking so far in the game, and what does that mean for what the Elks are going to do when they get the ball here in just a second?
Well, luckily the penalty situation is actually pretty even. It doesn't look like anybody, there's not a home field advantage, as far as that goes. Offensively, running the ball isn't a problem if we can get it going. We have good running backs and we have a good line. As long as we are opening it up, we can get some yards. And then
Walker almost getting to the 25 yards. I feel like that was very copy-paste on what we saw from the last kickoff for the Cougars. Walker's going to get to the 25-yard line as the offense comes on. A little more on the stats there, Coach. I apologize.
Well, no. As far as defense goes, Sholo's running the ball a lot, and if they can tire it out, they've already run up and down the field from pretty deep in their own territory and being able to drive down. So we're making a lot of tackles early in this game.
All right, let's get back to it. Thank you, shortstop, for joining Let's Go Elks once again. Don't forget they got the pride pump there at shortstop. Next month is Customer Appreciation Month at shortstop. Be listening in. All right, Riker Marble from the shotgun once again starting things off at the 21 with him in the backfield. Couple receivers to the right side. Riker Marble's going to hold on to it up the middle. Passes the official. Passes midfield. Riker Marble with about 25 yards on that carry, right?
Yep. Another 25-yard run out of him.
And Give it to him. Let's change those stats,
that was just a quarterback draw. He took 2 steps back and then just tucked it and went right up the middle.
Did you see the Waters part? Offensive line getting it done that way. And I want to say he had to bob and weave around the official. I don't think he was ready for Riker coming right up the middle.
Absolutely. And that officials are part of the field, unfortunately. You can't – you can run them over.
You can't run them over being part of the field? That's not a thing?
You can, but I don't think you'd want to do that.
Dan, the truth man's in the chat. Dan, let us know. How would you feel about that, being part of the field? Are you one with the field, Mr. Dan Muth? Dan, we miss you. 2:38 left in the first quarter of play here by Treadmasters. Riker Marble from the shotgun doesn't give it to Gage Baker. Again up the left side. Riker Marble is going to get about 8 on the play as they're deeper into Sholo territory.
Yeah, we're starting to have a lot of success running the ball. We did that first drive.
Coach, I think we found your passionate fans. I think Sholo showed up a little bit. We've got some loud fans over here.
Yeah, student section finally showed up, halfway through the first quarter.
I didn't know they'd be sitting right by us, though.
Yeah, that's all right.
2 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, here in the fourth quarter. Round Valley spread out. Riker Marble, the only one in the backfield. We got, we're going heavy to the right side. Riker Marble pushing. Elmer coming off the field. No, he's not. Is this a little trick situation?
Did we break 12 men on the huddle? What are we doing?
No, timeout.
Yeah, well, that's because we had some confusion.
I think there was a personnel confusion because I'm only seeing 10 right now out there on the field.
For some reason, we felt like we had too many, and so
Elmer was taken off. I almost feel like Riker was telling him to get out of there, right?
Yeah.
And he took off. But I was wondering, I'm like, is that a trick play? Is Jordan going to act like he's heading off and then just, boop, pop it to him a couple yards out, right?
Coverage on that side.
Yep.
Or that would have confused everybody over there. Riker just pumps it left side, just runs again.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was almost not talking because I was wanting to know what is going on here. But Round Valley with a timeout on the field. They're going to reset and come back. But once again, guys, shortstop joining our family of advertisers again. The last time they were, we were advertising Hop In because they were considering a name change, but no way. It's shortstop, baby. They got the Pride Pump, which money goes directly back to the school. Next month, they're going to do some awesome customer giveaways. Guys, October is Customer Appreciation Month at shortstop. Check it out. Guys, we're back to the action. Riker Marble from the shotgun. Hopefully we have enough people on the field now.
Off the fingertips of
Merrill.
Merrill. Yes.
Yeah, Trayson Merrill, the intended receiver, gets hit hard there on the outside. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. Dan, let us know how the volleyball team's doing. Have they played yet? We'll give an update about the volleyball team. We got Dan Muth joining us on the live stream.
I wouldn't be surprised to run it up the middle right here. Our offensive line has been blocking really good this drive.
What's the penalty? False start?
Yeah.
Against
Round
Round Valley.
on number 50? Because that's
Armando Garcia there.
He looked up to listen and bobbed his head back down, but he didn't.
Did he move his hands and feet?
He didn't pick up his hand, or not that I saw.
So that changes things. We're now at 3rd and 7 instead of 3rd and 2. 1:46 left in the first quarter.
Indeed.
Riker Marble in the shotgun position. He's got Harlan with him in the back. We got Merrill and Elmer, I believe, on the left side with us. I'm not sure the 2 receivers on the right, but we got 2 and 2.
Looks like Dallin Walker and Brett Jordan over there.
There we go. All right. Riker is going to take it up the right side. I think he's going to gain back that. No, he's just going to get about a yard on the play. Perspective's getting the best of me. So 4th and about 6 or 7.
Yeah, it felt like there was some confusion on that play, and I saw it in the blocking. I think they kind of reset and tried changing it at the last minute because I saw him looking at his check sheet on the wrist.
Round Valley with the punt. It's going to bounce hard.
Good bounce.
Touch it, touch it, touch it.
That's all right. Out of bounds at around the 10 will work.
Nice work. Good placement on that punt there. Puts Sholo deep into their own territory.
I mean, it might be the 11, but it's looking more like the 10 from here. So
not bad. If we're going to play the field position game, I'd rather be at the 10 than the 20.
Yeah, any yards, we'll take it. Round Valley's defense back onto the field. Guys, once again, we apologize. We are giving you everything that we can here in Sholo tonight. Due to an agreement signed by Sholo High School, we are only able to provide you an audio broadcast, and so we are trying to give you as much information as possible, feeling a lot like a semifinal game in the playoffs where we are limited to audio-only broadcasts. We thank you for joining us and be a part of Let's Go Elks here this evening. Sholo, deep. Is that a safety?
That's
I believe that's
safety.
2. Put those hands
He
in
fumbled
the
it out of
air.
the back of the end zone.
Put those hands, clap them together. That's 2 points for Round Valley with 1:01
and
left
we
in the
get the
first
ball
quarter.
back. I'll take it.
I wanted to say safety, but I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want to bring it before the snap.
Yep.
But Round Valley defense just getting tenacious. Quarterback
They went
deep.
after him.
Yep. So good defensive calling there as the Elks are going to get 2 points and the ball. Well, we got a second. Some love to the Beehive House in Eager, Arizona. Guys, I can't say enough stuff about what the Beehive does. My great-aunt spent some time in their facility that they had in St. John's for a while, and they took care of Aunt Gwen, and we really, really appreciate the friendly staff, the good service that they provide. If you've got a loved one that needs a little bit extra care, a little bit extra loving, give the Beehive Homes in Eager a call. You'll feel like family there. They got cooked meals. They got friendly staff. It's warm and cozy there, guys. Go see the good, awesome people at Beehive Homes in Eager. 1:01. We are still in the first quarter. I'm not sure why, but I feel like this feels like a long first quarter. It's 7:33. We're a half hour into the ballgame.
Yeah, it's been going.
Rustin, when the quarter hits, bud.
Is that 2 timeouts, 1 for each side so far?
No, 2 for Sholo. They're showing they
2,
only have
yep.
1 left.
They did take 2. I forgot about that one when they were on defense. Right after
And what?
the,
Okay, so what's
the penalty?
What? Oh, so do they kick off?
Yeah,
deeper?
it's a free kick. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Is that from the 20?
Yeah, from the 20. Kicked high. We're going to get to about the 40-yard line. Picked up by number 2 for the Round Valley Elks. We head to the right side. Kyle Clark with the carry. He's going to get just across midfield. 1st and 10 for the Elks on what, about the 48-yard line? 49?
40, I can't see the spot yet.
We're moving. Guys, once again, Mr. Scott Madrid working with us on the photography tonight. He's getting us as many shots as we can.
Looks like the 48 to me, Wes.
48, 1st and 10. So, guys, we're giving you as much coverage as they will allow us here tonight. We appreciate you sticking with us and being part of the herd here on Let's Go Elks. 54 seconds left in the first quarter of play here in Sholo. Riker Marble from the shotgun. 2 in the backfield with him right now. I see 1 receiver to the right side, right about midfield.
Gage Baker in motion to the left side.
Trayson Merrill gets the ball. Trayson trying to use that
Nope,
block.
That's 12. That's Ziegler.
That's Brody Ziegler.
Oh, yep, that is number 12, Brody Ziegler. No gain of a yard. They're going to call it a gain of a yard. 42 seconds, the clock runs.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm a broadcaster because I hate second-guessing people, but it seemed like when he first got it, he had at least 3 or 4 vertical, and he chose to try and stretch it out and get around the corner and ended up only getting 1.
So I was thinking a similar thing. Was he trying to leverage Gage as much as possible in a lead blocker situation, and maybe he was too committed to that when he could have cut hard
so, yeah,
and gotten a couple more yards?
Because I think they were still watching Riker a little bit, and he kind of had an opportunity there. 2nd
and 9. He's going to keep it. Riker Marble.
It.
Brody Ziegler does not get the handoff. Riker goes left side. He's going to get to the 45-yard line. That should expire the clock as we exit the first quarter of play here in Sholo as the Cougars currently lead 14-2.
Oh, I love a game where you see a safety.
It speaks to the consistency and the tenacity of Round Valley's defense. We've seen it this season so far. They shut out St. John's with some red zone defense, all on the line. I mean, I want to say we were to the 1-yard line and they were able to shut that down.
Absolutely.
We've seen it over and over again by the Round Valley defense. Really fun to watch those boys defensively. I feel like we're almost abusing them at times because they consistently just come through over and over and over again for the Elks.
Well, especially in those tough situations, you need people to step up and make those types of plays on defense. And so when those tough situations come, the tough people will show up and make those plays for you.
Indeed.
Guys, we are entering hoodie season, and I got to give some love to Backwoods Tees. They are back with us as a sponsor, and one of my favorite hoodies that my sister stole, and I had to have them make another one for me, and it has also been disappeared. So Backwoods Tees, guys, they will hook up your next family reunion, your next thing. They got embroidery, they got hats. They can do it any way that you want it done. Check out backwoodstees.com. They're also on Facebook. They will take care of any big or small project that you want done. Check out the awesome folks at Backwoods Tees. And welcome, guys. It's time for the second quarter, brought to you by Arizona's Choice Insurance in Eager, Arizona. Riker Marble from the shotgun, rolling to the left side. He takes it. He keeps it. He's going to get to about the 40. He's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 2.
Yeah. Yep, 2.
You know what one of the sweetest things is about Arizona's Choice Insurance, Ethan? It's
What's
right by the Dairy Queen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, conveniently close. So go see Mr. Hamblin and the fine folks there. Let him get you quoted. And they get you something sweet there, right across there.
Yeah, I mean, you get your life insurance coverage, and then you're not quite so worried about the diabetes. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, honey. Get the large.
Yeah.
Get that large Blizzard. That's okay.
They got the pumpkin pie right now.
The policy got approved. It's okay. All right, right up the middle. Wham, bam. Was that Gage Baker? Huge first down for the Round Valley Elks.
Good for about 6 yards.
Move those chains. Here we go.
You know how we talked about the defense stepping up in those tough situations? When your O-line needs to make a first down, you got to buckle up and get going.
Indeed. You know, I know the score is not quite where we want it to be, but the Elks playing well so far. All right, lining up. Is that still Gage in the backfield? I can't see from here. And Gage gets the handoff again. Oh!
Whoa, talk to me. What's the 0-0-0 for, guys?
So he kind of got stood up, and then another Cougar hit him pretty hard. But he got back to the line.
He was kind of high on that. I'm not sure what – we see it all the time in college and the pros. We see the targeting call. They have the replays and everything like that. So that's a tough on-field decision, I guess, here in high school. I really haven't seen it at all this season so far.
I haven't seen any either.
But in a situation like that, the defender was really high. Gage was stood up. You know, you kind of wonder about those situations sometimes as far as the player safety.
Yep. 2nd and about 10, Riker Marble, quick pass up the middle.
Oh.
Stretching out, trying to grab it was Elmer, number 24, unable to come down with it. Number 11 on the defense for the Show Low Cougars. It's going to be 3rd and about 9.5 for the Elks.
Yeah, so far Riker's throws, he's been like a step ahead of his receivers. He's leading them just a little bit too much. That throw in the end zone was 2 steps ahead. This one, I mean, he was just a step ahead. It was a great throw. It's just the ball's getting there a little too soon.
So, Coach, would that be too much caffeine for Riker? I mean, Dr. Pepper for Riker, or not enough Dr. Pepper for the receivers? What do you think?
Ooh.
Is there ever enough Dr. Pepper?
There is never enough Dr. Pepper in this world. I can tell you that
3rd
right
and 10,
now.
3 or 4 step drop for Riker. Pass left side. Number 11, Walker.
Dallin
snags
Walker.
it. That's going to be a 1st and goal situation if they mark it where I think they're going to.
It is.
That
it's
is
on
a gain
9.
of 25 yards on the play.
Very nice snag. 1st and goal for the Elks.
Kudos to Riker, kind of getting flushed out of the pocket. And as soon as he saw what he wanted, taking those 3 big steps and just zipping that thing, not giving that Sholo defender a chance to jump that route.
So first completed pass for the Elks?
First completed pass all game here at the beginning of the second
So
quarter.
real quick, look at the shortstop stats. You'll see the first completed pass for the Round Valley Elks. We have 71 yards of rushing right now as we get back in the action. 1st and goal. Riker Marble from the shotgun gives it to Baker. Baker left side. Baker is in. That's a Round Valley touchdown, baby.
That's a Trail Riders touchdown.
Trail Riders touchdown. Woo! We had lunch there today before we left. Guys, right now at Trail Riders Fish Fry Friday, I had a patty melt, if I'm honest, and a salad.
Ooh. I love that.
I didn't hate it. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm a big fan of that turkey club they got. Oh, it's a good time.
A huge, huge, huge play right there. Trail Riders touchdown here early in the second. It's up, and it is good with 9:20 left in the second quarter. It is 14-9. That scoreboard sure changed pretty quick with that safety and a score for the Round Valley Elks.
I know. I'm starting to have to use fingers, toes, some advanced arithmetic.
Somebody take their shoes off. You're never going to use algebra. You told us about it. An algebra teacher told us.
That's right.
You're never going to use your algebra again.
All righty. It'll be interesting to see how the Cougars respond to this. Because if you remember right, their second drive of the game was a quick 3-and-out.
Yeah, after a successful drive the first time with that little goofy pass to start, and then a run out of bounds pass on the left for some big yardage. Then the Elks defense in the last series, 3-and-out deep in their own territory. Safety situation. So let's see what adjustments they might be making.
And sometimes it takes that. You know, you want your kids to come out fired up, but sometimes you need to get a feel for the game a little bit. Make those adjustments, and then you have yourself put in the right situations.
Okay, I know this isn't necessarily relevant here, but I feel like in watching the NFL, the way they've been doing their running backs where they have this stable of 3 guys, it's not like the old days where you had Jerome Bettis hitting that wall all game long, and he third, fourth quarter he finally had a feel for the game. Did we get offsides on that kickoff?
I want to say one of our guys a little too aggressive on that. Flag or whistles, we're going to see what they call here.
Kind of seemed like he did a little stutter step right before he kicked it.
Threw the line off a little bit?
Yeah, and I got someone just ahead of him, so they're going to go ahead and scoot it back.
So Kevin Flores' kick was hard and straight. It was not up in the air at all. It was onside-esque, if you will.
Indeed.
And I think that the line was just a little too Dr. Peppery, if you will, on that.
Yeah. And it seems like running backs don't get the opportunity to get that rhythm in the game like they used to.
Yes.
But the flip side is they had these running backs they're relying on. They started giving them these big contracts, and they would get hurt.
Yes. Oh, caught right in the air on that line drive.
Yep, short. It's going to be pretty good field position for the Cougars.
About 45?
Right about the 45. I don't see the official spot yet. And
see a late flag coming in. Might be getting a little chippy out there.
It might be. I don't see an indication as to who yet. Ooh, okay.
Penalty in the Cougars' favor, the way that I'm seeing things move right now. 9:15 left in the second quarter of play here in the Arizona's Choice Insurance second quarter coverage brought to you by Let's Go Elks. We're going to set the ball on the 41-yard line, the Elks 41-yard line.
That's our 5th penalty so far, and we're only 3 minutes into the second quarter.
So now from a stats perspective, your shortstop stats, Round Valley with 45 yards in penalties, the Cougars with 20 yards in penalties. I believe we have a timeout on the field. Let's see who took it. I was looking at our stats. We'll watch the scoreboard here. We have a timeout on the field here with 9:15 left. Another couple whistles, then coming back out. I'm not sure what's going on. Coach, what am I missing?
I think it was just an official timeout, getting the ball set, getting the stick set.
Fair.
You know, what's interesting? I just noticed the show low sideline right there. They're holding up signs like it's a college football game. They must have signals out there to go to these players and tell them what's going on.
They did it last year. They had some cooler memes last year, though, if I'm right.
Yeah, they were a little cooler last year.
Shola with a run on the left side that will move the chains. Going to be a first down for the Cougars. I believe that was number 6 with the carry again. Left side gets him some yardage. It's going to be 1st and 10. On about the 35-yard line, we'll see if they give us an update. They're saying the 30-yard line. The lines are very, very light. We're going to copy-paste left side run there to the first man. Defense stops it after about 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
Well, so far, Cougars responding well to the challenge.
Yeah, who asked that question anyway? Come on.
I think it was the new guy. I'll be honest with you.
We'll blame Coach. All right, under center, 2 in the backfield. Hands off to the left side. Couple of yards on the play, short of the first down. 3rd and 2 for the Cougars. 8:13 left in the half as the Round Valley Elks trail by only 5 points here. Sholo homecoming.
I'll be honest, I feel like this is the third completely different offense we've seen out of the Cougars.
And is that on purpose? Do you come super diversified to try to not let the defense dial in on things?
You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They were,
and here's number 4. Empty backfields, spread out. I mean,
two receivers on the right side, one to the left, unless I'm missing one. Oh, I am. 2 and 2. Yeah, there's one by the signs. Quick pass left side is caught by number 5, wrapped up quick by number 4 for the Elks. Number 4, Riley Harlan.
and that's going to be on the 11, so it's going to be
1st and 10 then.
1st and 10.
So 8 offensive opportunities now for the Cougars. 11 yards. This is when we like to see the Elks defense get crazy. 7:33 left on the clock. Official signals for the clock to start moving. It does.
All right, so it actually got spotted on the 12. They moved it back a yard. Ooh, swallowed up in the backfield. Is that Keanu with a huge tackle?
Let's see, let's see.
Maybe?
I can't tell.
Man, I cannot see these numbers, even with the binoculars. Well, I'd love to give you credit for that, but you got lost in the mix when you got up. Yeah, no, it was big 7-7 right there.
So small gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 9, but the Elks defense just getting it done that way. The lineman working it. So here we go, back from the back in the shotgun position. 5, the only man to the left. Number 2 looking, quick pass right side. Nobody around. Ooh. It's going to be too far, too much, out of bounds.
Yeah,
3rd down.
He's feeling the heat. We've got some good penetration on our DNs. Not getting comfortable in that pocket, especially after the safety.
That's a play you see the Elks run a fair amount of times in a 3rd and about 10 situation. They'll play action real quick, try to get it outside and work up. Didn't work out for the Cougars there. 3rd down now with 6:44 left in the half.
Sending a man out in motion to the right side. Ooh,
all right, so
penalty against the Elks.
No, that was a timeout. We had a confused defensive back. Looks like we were trying to run a nickel setup. Had an extra DB in, and he wasn't quite sure of his assignment. You could tell he was looking for help somewhere, and coach finally saw it and just decided to go ahead and call the timeout. Which, in a big 3rd down situation this close to the goal line, hey, take that timeout.
Absolutely.
You don't want a blown coverage right here.
So Round Valley with their 2nd timeout of the half. They should have 1 left, correct?
The scoreboard is saying 0, but I don't remember taking a 3rd timeout anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. Oh.
I wonder if they just took Sholos instead of Round Valley's, because Round Valley should only have 1, and Sholo should also have 1. So it should be 1-1, not 2-0, but hey, they'll figure it out.
We'll see.
I'm sure the refs have it written down. They'll get them straightened out.
Yeah, big 3rd down situation. Luckily, it's not 3rd and short.
Yep.
But that also opens up opportunities for the offense. You know, are you going to run a draw play, which Round Valley's been successful with earlier today? You know, do you pass?
Yeah,
I wonder
what Sholo's place kicking situation is.
We may find out in a down.
Indeed.
All right, number 2 from the shotgun position. 5 heads out in motion to the right side.
Oh, and a false start.
Yep. Round Valley went after. No.
Wait, on us?
Round Valley stepping back.
Oh, well.
That.
Question mark?
Number 6, the slot receiver, took off, and he was 5 yards downfield, yet they called it on Round Valley.
Same play. Number 2 is going to keep it in for 6. That's going to be a touchdown for the Cougars. I am confusion.
Yes. Can I come into the out now? That is quite the glitter cannon. I will be honest with you. I do not envy whoever cleans up this stadium.
That doesn't wash out there.
That follows you home. Don't ask me how I know.
On that play, you know, they ran that option. Gage Baker had him set in the backfield.
I know.
But, you know.
Like I said, that first initial contact, we're not bringing the runners down.
And these Sholo backs are quick and shifty. You know, I will give credit to those running backs. They know how to run and run fast.
And that is our second blocked extra point of the night.
Round Valley getting that done that way. It's going to be 20-9 with 6:38 left in the second quarter of play here in Sholo.
I mean, Sholo's going to wish that Arizona Choice Insurance would insure those extra point attempts because they're
can we
struggling.
insure a PAT? I like it. I like it a lot.
I'd get PAT coverage. Points are hard to come by.
We're just going to go with this. It's going to be an interesting segue, going right from insurance to a guy that sells chainsaws. But, you know, I think it kind of works. So, guys.
Makes sense.
Midtown Springerville is going to find your steel dealer, Cowboy Up, Hay and Ranch Supply. He's got all the steel stuff you might need. He's got lawnmowers. He's got saws. He's got it all done. Everything that you may or may not want to be insured for, especially if you have kids that may be using these certain devices. And so, guys, go see Jeff and the great staff there at Cowboy Up. Local is local, made in the USA, the best kinds of dog foods that you could possibly want. They've got a huge supply of a lot of things, actually, so go check it out. Midtown Springerville.
I just had to buy a box of horseshoe nails. So
Boom.
Oh, pooch kick high. Caught right at about 35.
That's Riker on that. His forward progress had stopped well before he fumbled the ball.
What?
They're going to give that.
They signaled the other way first. No.
Officials are having a discussion here in the middle of the field.
Yeah, they had him stood back.
Yes, they're
Round
giving
Valley
it to
ball.
Round Valley.
White Hat is signaling Round Valley's ball. So, like Coach said, forward progress had stopped. Things had stopped up. I mean, there was whistle ready to be blown. Fumble occurred.
Yeah, I was curious why they didn't blow it because, I mean, they had two guys dragging him back 5 yards before he ever lost the ball.
Any time now. Anytime, go ahead and stop that now.
That's our quarterback. Just saying, it'd be nice if.
6:32 left in the half. Round Valley's offense back on the field. They're going to be on the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. 60 yards to go here in Arizona's choice, second quarter.
3 out to the right.
Handoff Gage Baker. Gage trying to bob and weave and spin and move. He's going to get about 2 or 3 yards on it.
I would like to thank Gage Baker for him running that option like he still had the ball because I saw two linebackers staring at him and just like, wait a second, he doesn't have the ball.
I was staring at him. Who had the ball?
Yeah, no, that was up the middle to Gage. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, Gage had the ball, right?
Yep.
Yes.
You're confusing me.
What did I say?
You said you wanted to thank Gage Baker for running the fix.
I want to thank Riker for running the. Okay, you're right.
Okay.
I did say Gage. I'm bad.
Okay, because I was like, okay, that totally faked me out. I was watching Gage spin move and
I
stuff.
thought he had the ball.
I
confuse myself sometimes.
That's true. Who needs
It's
Dr.
true.
Pepper now? I don't know.
Why don't we ask our resident weatherman, Wesley McBride?
You can tell the crowd why that's a thing, because I don't even know. I do have a green screen in my office, if that's where you're going.
It's a whole wall, buddy.
6 minutes left in the half. Riker Marble from the shotgun. Hands off left side. We're going to get another 2 or 3 yards out of it. It's going to be third and about 5. Who do we have on that carry?
Brody Ziegler on that carry.
Brody Ziegler, number 12. 5.5 minutes as the clock runs.
And if memory serves me correctly, at the beginning of the season, Brody didn't run the ball until I want to say
Gage
Ganado.
No, it was game 2 when it was actually first game of the season against Thatcher when Gage got banged up a little bit and Brody had to come in and run a few snaps at H-back for us.
It was out of necessity, though.
Yes.
So Elks heavy to the right side, hands off left side. There's going to be a loss of yards on the play, bringing up a 4th down.
Loss of about 1, looks like.
So 4th and 6, 5 minutes left in the half. Do you punt or do you risk it?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go ahead and punt this one.
And if it was anything like the last one, we should expect, him to put it a little deeper.
Punt is up, ball's
punt.
in the air, bounces about the 30-yard line. Is it out of play at the 30?
Oh, that's a little aggressive, I thought. But
That,
okay.
again, is perspective really messing that up? I saw it bounce about the 28.
I thought so, but it could have not crossed that line because it did bounce back that direction. So perhaps.
Well, and I think those yard markers are about 3 yards over the sideline.
Aha.
And so if you're
so
seeing it bounce,
our view. Yeah.
correct. So it probably crossed the plane of the sideline somewhere up around that 33, 34-yard line.
I am also noticing a lot of the hash marks are quite crooked.
I just got to give some love to Daniel and the crew at the Dome. We are spoiled. The press box is a lot higher. We're able to see a different game from up there. It looks beautiful. So a big shout out to the Dome crew, Daniel. Official Sholo's calling a timeout. 4:28 left in the half.
So, yeah, they lined up 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and then they decided to flip the formation. And in the confusion, I think they were running out of time, so Coach said, hey, boys, let's get a handle on this.
Yeah, they don't want to give up the good field position that they have. I don't blame
Exactly.
them for calling that timeout instead of taking the delay of game
Taking
penalty.
the 5 yards.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, 1st and 10 sounds so much better than 1st and 15.
As a former offensive lineman, I would rather have 1st and 10 than 1st and 15 because then all that pressure's on you to set the tempo.
Yep.
Indeed. Now, are we going to see Sholo trying to throw it more? 4:28. It's going to be.
They've got time. They've got time to
enough
run a
time
ground
to get
game.
down the field.
We were having that conversation yesterday as Round Valley's 8th graders played Rim Country, talking about clock management and how do you do it. And what we were saying up in the stands was absolutely not what happened, because we're like, oh, run the ground game, let the clock drain, get into half, and it's just touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. We're just like, okay, that's not what I thought was going to happen, but all right. Round Valley with a win yesterday against Rim Country. Congratulations to the 8th graders. While the Elks are coming back onto the field, guys, want to give some love to another one of our awesome advertisers, White Mountain Off-Road. Book your 2023 adventure right now at whitemountaiноffroad.com. They got 2-seaters, 4-seaters, 6-seaters. They got all you need.
Oh, what is the flag for?
So run to the left side. They haven't marked it yet. Penalty on the field, on the far side of the field, correct? Over by the
That's
Elks.
a hold
Holding on Sholo.
on the Cougars.
So it'll remain first down. We're going to scoot it back and try it again. I don't see the Elks declining that penalty.
That's a 10-yarder. If
Hey,
it
so-
was a 5-yarder, I would almost decline it, go 2nd and 10. But
So, Coach, how would you feel about 1st and 20?
Don't get me started on that one.
it's twice as bad as 1st and 10.
There are problems.
Yes.
But, guys, once again, White Mountain Off-Road, they've got paddle boards, they've got bikes, they've got a bunch of stuff for you to check out to make your next trip up to the White Mountains a memorable one. They deliver. Give them a call. Check it out on Facebook and their website and on Instagram, whitemountaiноffroad.com. Hands off left side under center. Wrapped up and missed. Ethan, you were talking about that a little bit earlier. We just saw it happen twice more.
Yep.
Gain of about 5 yards.
Gage hit him about 4 yards before he was brought down and right through his arms. He's getting there.
2nd and 15 is going to be the call.
You want to know something? I think these coaches, I think, are listening to this stream because they put Keanu Clark back on the defensive line.
You know what?
And put Gage Baker at linebacker.
That would be the biggest compliment ever if one of the Round Valley coaching staff had us in their ear right now. From the shotgun, number 2. He's going to hang on to it. He's going to tuck and run. He gets to the 40, the 45. Oh, sorry, the 30 to the 35. I was 10 yards back. They're going to call him out of bounds on about the 38-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, again, he came out of bounds and hit that track and went down so hard right in front of his coaches.
You almost have to have your whole line sitting
out
there and acting as a
catch
buffer.
him.
Exactly.
Playing bumper quarterback, you know what I'm saying?
on that last play, we had good pressure coming in from Trayson Merrill off that right defensive end side.
Lost his footing, went down.
Yep. And almost over-pursued that quarterback a little bit and allowed him to step up into that pocket and get up the field there.
And that's a delay of game.
Delay of game against Sholo, which is going to make it about 3rd and 9. 3rd and just about 10, actually. They're going to make it 3rd and 10. Play clock a little tighter in high school, correct?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Sholo from the shotgun, one in the backfield, heavy to the right side. Quarterback's going to keep it left side, sees the hole. Elmer unable to make the tackle. Quarterback still on his feet, brought down by number 3.
Riker Marble.
Riker Marble getting it done, but not before the first down on about the 35-yard line. Sholo 1st and 10.
That was made possible. That pulling guard just cleaned that hole out, opened it right up, and off to the races he went.
Good read by the quarterback.
Absolutely. With that speed that Sholo has, we've kind of gone to this, looks almost like a 4-2-5 defense.
I see it. Okay.
That's actually what I run with my middle schoolers.
Flag on the play against Sholo. It's going to be a false start.
Another false start. I'm loving it.
So that's going to make the penalties now 40 yards in penalties for the Cougars. How many total penalties for each team? Were we about even that way?
So Round Valley's 6 for 50, and Sholo has 5 penalties for 40.
We were talking to a fan from the Cougars before the game got started, and I was like, were you here last year? Do you remember the penalties last year? And he's like, last year, it's been every game for us this season. So the Cougars apparently a yellow flag friendly school? I don't know. Lots of things going on, though. Well, man in motion right side, quarterback rolling to the right side, passes up to the right side, one-on-one.
Oh, knocked away.
Incomplete.
Great coverage.
Who was our coverage there?
That was by Dallin Walker.
Number 11, Walker. Great coverage there. Ball in and out of the hands of the Cougars.
Was I correct there on that?
That
Ethan,
was,
can
yes.
you see him
that
over
was
there?
Ethan's
got the binoculars.
We've got another pair, too. I think those are, if you want to get them out, Coach.
I might have to.
Just don't be like Howdy and leave the caps on and stuff. Howdy, we love you. Howdy, we absolutely love you. But we were doing a game, and he had, the caps on. And he's like, I don't know why they're not working.
These are the
2nd and 15. Quarterback's all alone in the backfield. We got 2 receivers out each side. Line is set. Quarterback looking. Pass to the left side. Over the top of number 2. Wow. Into the hands of number 5. That's going to be a Sholo touchdown with 2:03 left in the half.
Yeah, that just came down to a speed difference.
That was an impressive pass. The wide receiver did not have to break his stride at all. It just laid right into his hands.
100%.
I would be shocked if Sholo came out with their regular their 1-point PAT team right now. They have not been able to kick the ball.
That is definitely not a standard offense right there, and it did not work out. So they were heavy with the line on the left side. They had receivers out to the right side. The center and the quarterback all alone in the middle. Round Valley didn't shake at it, didn't mess with it, right up the middle.
Okay, and that's a flag.
A penalty.
And that's going to be on the Cougars.
He's talking to the quarterback. Is he trying to cool him down?
I think so. I don't know.
Nope,
well,
the flag is waved off.
So.
Oh, he must have said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
He apologized, and that's okay.
Talking about the flag situation and the fans saying, hey, every game it's like this, and they're always hating on us. I feel like as a team, at some point, you got to say, maybe it's us,
No, I don't know where that came from.
When you're a school whose colors are green and yellow, you like to have that accent every once in a while thrown out of that pocket.
Little love from the officials.
Same thing with Round Valley. You got to have a little bit of yellow out there to have that accent.
I don't need to have a little bit of yellow. I'll pass. Thank you. All right, I believe we have Dallin Walker deep to receive for the Round Valley Elks, the kick return team on the field.
Now, this is an interesting return setup here by Round Valley.
We're going to kick it. That not out of bounds. Hey, but copy-paste what we saw just a little bit ago. We're going to get to about the 40-yard line. Who had that carry?
That was Riker.
Riker on the left side, right? Okay.
Yep.
I didn't want to say it too quickly, but I thought that was number 3. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Elks. And I believe we're right about the 40-yard line. Yeah, they put 40 on the scoreboard. If only I would use the tools that I had available to me.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
2 minutes left, 60 yards. Should be able to make it happen.
What do you see Round Valley coming out with? This is going to be a quick pass. We're going to run the ball. What do you anticipate?
We've been able to run the ball as long as the offense is able to hold their blocks.
Okay.
I really like the draw plays we've had so far, faking
Yes.
that pass and then tucking it and getting downfield.
Riker is going to pass. Looking to the left side. He's got pressure. 12 all alone. Oh, hit.
Wow.
There's a flag. There's flags. Number 12 got lit up super hard. Brody Ziegler back on his feet, though.
Yeah. I mean, he hit so hard, he almost did a full backflip.
Woo.
Or a barrel roll.
I'm glad I did not drink a Monster before this game like I do with my 8th graders because I would have been pretty fired up for that one.
We would have seen Coach go through the roof, I think is what might happen.
That was straight on his head, too.
That was a blatant penalty, and I'm glad the officials picked it up. I'm not sure if they're going to do unsportsmanlike.
That was unsportsmanlike.
And the pass interference. Are they going to tack on that many yards?
Tackle on, pun intended.
Yes.
I like
Correct.
it. I like it.
Coach Workman, really quick, will you please tell us how to calm Mossness down? Please, Coach Workman, please text me. How do we calm this guy down?
That was 30 yards. That was a pass interference and an unsportsmanlike.
Round Valley on the Cougars' 30-yard line. 1:51 left in the half as the Elks trail by 17. Timeout Cougars. They're going to take their last.
They don't have a timeout.
They have one.
No, they don't.
It says they have one.
Scoreboard says it.
Yeah.
We'll go with it.
No, that's their 4th timeout then.
What's interesting is that was 8 seconds off the clock, and we just gained 30 yards without doing really anything.
Well, number 12 did something already.
Brody took a shot on that one. Holy cow. That kid being able to bounce up like that, he's a tough one.
Indeed, yeah. That was what we call an endo situation. Oh, man.
So, guys, I want to give some love to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They're usually our instant replay sponsor. Unfortunately, instant replays don't work like they normally would. So, guys, love to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They are upgrading their CT machines, their ER. They're doing some remodeling. They're doing a lot of work. Guys, their administration is local. They are here to take care of you. I don't want to tell you to go see the fine staff because if you're there, there's probably a reason. But if you need to, great staff there at White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, Arizona, providing us critical care access, providing swing bed services, providing great ER services. What is the 10-yard penalty? What is the 15-yard penalty?
Don't even know.
So we went from a 1st and 10 to a 1st and 25 coming out of a timeout. Tell me how that one works.
Would that have to be a
Sideline?
personal foul? Well, have they already sidelined warning the Elks? Because that would be the only way that could happen.
It wasn't. They didn't motion sideline.
1st and 25 for the Elks. Elks not happy with it. Riker Marble from the shotgun looking past left side. Pass not caught. There's another flag on the play. Was that Trayson Merrill?
That was
intended
Trayson
for
Merrill.
Trayson?
He did get hit a little early. They were on him pretty quickly. I didn't see much pass interference. I would have called that pretty good coverage. So I don't think I really agree with the official on that one, but fortunate for the Elks to get that pass interference call.
So 15 yards. It's going to be back to 1st and 10.
Sholo coach is encouraging the crowd to boo the officials.
Do you think that might have some effect on the frequency of yellow flagness?
I mean, hey, I just report the facts.
1st and 10 again for Round Valley. They're back on the 30-yard line. Riker Marble looking to the right, makes the pass. Brett Jordan was the intended receiver.
Hands.
Unable to bring it down. Number 11 there. If he would have brought it down, that would have been about all the yards he got because number 11 was ready to make the tackle on about the 23-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, off his hands. Was a little high, though.
So really quick, shortstop stats, looking at it. Again, we keep focusing at the penalty perspective, but now total penalty yards at 150 before the first half is over. 65 of those yards for the Round Valley Elks, 85 of those penalty yards for the Sholo Cougars.
I mean, we're on pace for last year's game, so.
Round Valley right now averaging, though, 5 3/4 yards a carry based on our stats. And remember, it is unofficial, but we bring you as accurate as we can. Riker Marble with pressure, still on his feet. He does pass.
Throws it out of bounds, it looks like.
He was outside the tackle box. That's not grounding.
This isn't fishing.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I got a nasty stare. I don't know what that's all about.
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to?
I didn't say it was going to be.
I'm not going there.
I didn't say it was going to be a good joke.
Hey, they can't all be bangers, right?
It's 3rd and 10. I know that.
3rd and 10 with 1.5 minutes left. Do you run a running play, burn as much clock as you can?
Play action for the first down. Not a touchdown unless you can get it. Riker Marble. Right side, Brett Jordan.
Oh.
Once again, unable to bring it down. Pass coverage by number 22, Brett Jordan, the intended receiver. 4th down. So, guys, we're looking at a 47-yard field goal if the Elks were to try to put a boot on it.
See, in that 3rd down long situation, me personally, I would have run it, get as much yards as you can, let the clock run down.
Sure.
And then if you get a closer field goal, if you want it, you get some points up on the board, and you don't give this pretty quick scoring Sholo offense another opportunity to go down and score right before the half.
Elks are going to go for it. Riker with one in the backfield. Looking, pressure, passes up, almost intercepted. Pass intended for number 11, Walker. 1:24 left in the half. Will be a turnover on downs at the 30-yard line.
Riker having an unfortunate passing night. We're only 1 for 9. That big one for 25 yards to Dallin.
And you talked about in the beginning that he seemed to be overthrowing just a little bit the receivers. Now, do you now give a lot of it to Sholo's defense because their coverage has been pretty good in the last couple pass attempts?
I mean, we're getting it to the hands of the receivers. It's just
fair.
A little overthrown.
But Brett Jordan in the last 2 getting hands on it, just not able to bring it in on the right side right here in front of us.
Indeed.
1st and 10 for the Cougars with 1.5 minutes left. Quarterback is going to hand off left side. Brought down by a couple of the Elks. I see Trayson Merrill in on that. I also see number 8, who is Caldwell.
Yep. Oh, and a flag. And another one.
So, wait, is that the sideline warning
That's
and
sideline
a penalty now?
Yes.
Talking to the white hat. So, technically you typically get a warning on a sideline, right, with no infraction.
Correct.
And then after that it will result in a penalty.
Coach was on the field having a discussion with the ref when he threw the flag. I don't know what that has to do with it, so.
I mean, as a coach, I like talking to the official to know what's going on in the game, what he's seeing, so that way the team can make adjustments so you don't get flags. And so if he's on the field talking to the official, I don't see anything wrong with that.
So that was a sideline warning and an unsportsmanlike on someone on the
sideline. So we saw both. We saw the sideline warning and the penalty happen. And so burning through the warning, getting a penalty. It's now going to be 2nd and long. It's 2nd and about 24.
Yes.
For the Cougars, 1:07 left. So a big opportunity for the Elks defense to try to shake things up as the Cougars are on their own 17-yard line.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Round Valley brings the heat here on 2nd and 24 just to shake things up a little bit.
Ooh, do you overcrash, though? You got to be careful. The Sholo has had a number of open field runs, and you don't want to give them the lane.
True.
So are we still in that forefront? 1, 2, 3, I believe.
Kneel on it.
Nope. Sholo making the decision just to let tempers cool and head in.
They got to do one more.
We got 2 of them, yep. There should be about 12 seconds on the clock by the time we snap it again. They just got to wait for 30 and now go ahead and snap it again, and that's going to be the half. He knows. He's getting the official. The white hat let him know that we're there. Another victory formation. Good work by the Elks there. You don't want to get chippy and be pushing and let it happen. If they're going to kneel on it, you let them know you kneel on it. We go in. So, ladies and gentlemen, after the first half of play here in Sholo High School, the Round Valley Elks trailing 9-26 as we exit the Arizona's Choice Insurance second quarter, and we find ourselves right on in to the Swear Advanced Automotive halftime as the Elks leave the field.
Okay, I have a question here.
Words.
I noticed about 3 games back, Riker flexing his hand a lot, having some problems, and that's when we swapped quarterbacks and we had a couple those good long plays moving down the field.
Down the field we march along?
That was down
possibly?
Post and Butte, right?
Yep.
Tonight I'm seeing him being off on his throws. I'm wondering if his hand is still bothering him.
So
it was his throwing hand.
So can I give you a little bit?
They're just a little off.
So I talked to Riker the Sunday after the Post and Butte game and asked him, I said, are you doing okay? Are you all right? We felt like it looked like your hand might have been hurting. Then we saw Brett go in. We saw that get shaken up.
Yep.
And Riker said, I have smaller hands and the ball was really wet. And so he was having a hard time passing accurately, which may have been why he was like drying his hands off, or we seeing something happen there. But can I say I enjoyed Brett Jordan in at quarterback there at the end of the fourth quarter of that ball game.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he doesn't deliver the run threat of Riker, but as far as like delivering a good ball, he really does a good job.
And the way the quarterback works, you see people, 200-plus pound guys coming at you full speed. You're going to lean back because you want to try throwing over those guys. You get a little intimidated. So throwing, leaning back a little bit will send those balls a little higher, which might be, some of the reason because Sholo can get in that back and has gotten in that backfield quite a bit, in this game.
Indeed.
When you're able to sit in a pocket and lean into your throw, step off your front foot, you see a better ball, and we have seen that out of Riker when he's able to have those opportunities.
I have seen some pretty clean pockets for the Elk. Just a little bit of backside pressure from I think it's 43 on the Cougars. He's not a real tall guy, but he's low to the ground. I think he gets underneath a lot of those tackles' arms and is able to bring some pressure off that one, usually the weak side of Riker, that blind side, if you will.
Yep.
So the pressure he's been feeling for the most part has been coming from behind him.
Yep. So we've been talking a lot about, or we tend to talk a lot at halftime is a good opportunity about adjustments. What do you anticipate is going on in the locker room right now, Coach? What do you see the Elks thinking about doing differently possibly in the second half, and how do you also plan for what Sholo might be planning on changing?
Well, it's hard because, Sholo is bringing a bunch of different personnel formations that we've seen.
No consistency there, right?
Exactly.
Ethan's calling 4 different offenses at this point.
Well, and especially on our own defense, facing this quick, backfield that Sholo has, we've seen our defense come out in 5 fronts. We've seen them come out in 4 fronts. We've seen a lot of defensive backs out there. We've seen, putting linebackers in the box.
We've seen single high. We've seen 2 high. We've seen almost a shell coverage. Like they're trying a lot of different looks.
Absolutely. And it's not like there's a one-size-fits-all. You have to be able to make adjustments to what the offense is doing.
I think we've almost settled into like a nickel because we got that extra DB and we're down 1 linebacker.
Yes.
And so
Anybody.
we've got more speed. Oh, hello. That's
You gotta
someone
love
yelling
it.
into our atmosphere mic.
You got to love it when somebody finds the microphone.
Yeah. They're like, hey, what's this doing here?
I think you talking to this thing, right? That's what's going on.
I believe it.
And then offensively, it's Sholo is running basically a 4-4. They have 8 people in the box, and they haven't changed because we haven't really been able to throw the ball, too well. When they spread out, they just run out those linebackers. So it's tough. It's tough. As long as your O-line is able to make those adjustments, those draws have been working really well. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of those. I'm not sure if they're keying off of those. There's been times where it looks like he's running a draw and then all of a sudden he's passing, or all of a sudden he's passing and then he runs a draw. I think that those variables, mixing that up, has been what's worked for the Elks offensively, and I'm excited to see what they bring in the second half. Being down 17, you're going to see I think a different tempo and a different type of Elks team coming out of this half.
So guys, we find ourselves at halftime. We got people asking. The score is currently 26-9. When I saw 15 minutes on the clock, I was kind of surprised, because usually at halftime you ask for the additional 5, which the AIA the officials can give, and we did get it. So there's 15 and change left on the clock, about 16 minutes left here in the LeSueur Advanced Automotive halftime. So we got a little bit of halftime festivities going. It took them about 5 minutes. They've got the red carpet. They got the chairs out. They're crowning their royalty right now. And this always shakes things up, too, because as a football coach, you want those guys in the locker room getting talked to, getting things changed, and some of them have to be out here on the field for this part. And so that factors in a little bit. I'm not going to say it's a big thing, but you do have a couple guys that aren't able to get in there for the whole halftime.
All right, random side question. Who's our homecoming game this year?
Page. I do believe first weekend in October. In 2 weeks, it'll be Page. So the Round Valley Elks next week, traveling to Monument Valley. Ethan, you're going to be there for us, correct, providing that coverage?
Yep, I'm planning on going.
And so we've got some crew ready for us in Monument Valley. I've talked to the AD a couple times. They're excited to have us. So, guys, let's go Elks. We'll be back in full effect next week. I, unfortunately, will not be in the live stream. I'm going to be on the road. So I will try to be helpful if I can. If I can watch the live stream and help out a little bit, I'll try to call in possibly. But I will be unavailable. So Ethan going to be bringing you the coverage with some help in Monument Valley as the Elks head up that way. And then the week after, I believe, is homecoming home against Page.
So not being technically Round Valley is not my hometown, but I've kind of made it my home now. I'm not familiar with a lot of this, the outside schools off the mountain. So how far of a drive is that to Monument Valley?
4.5?
4.5.
To Kayenta.
Kayenta, which is Monument Valley. Yeah.
Yep. So Monument Valley High School is in Kayenta, which is pretty north. You're on your way to Bluff, Blanding, Monticello. When you're headed that way. My uncle actually teaches there. My uncle's the FFA, the ag teacher up there.
Awesome.
And so that's who you're going to be working with, is some of my family next
that makes
weekend.
Sense.
Yep. So say hi to Clyde for me when you're up there next week.
Who at Monument Valley randomly volunteered a bunch of helpers?
Yeah,
I was going to go with it.
We know people.
Yeah.
Ethan's just hoping they're actually there when he gets there,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, one-man band. It's been done before.
Maybe
not effectively, but it's been done.
Sholo's still working their royalty situation, so I'll have to pull up our schedule because I'm having a blank moment right now of where we are. I want to say it's another away game after Page at home. I think we go to Winslow on the road, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try to check that out for us.
And that's our last away game, I believe. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Winslow is our last away game that we're planning on going and covering. So let's go Elks, hopefully on the road for that one as well, right? Need to hear back from the athletic director on that one so we can lock down that coverage.
Oh, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great game. Looking forward to that one. I know our 8th graders love playing Winslow. They bring some big boys to the table. And that should be a great game to watch.
I'm going to verify the schedule right now. Give me just a sec. I'm going to look on this laptop here on my left, and we'll see if we can verify that situation.
Well, Wes, I got my wish.
How many Dr. Pepper? Oh, my goodness.
2 of them.
Coach, once again,
Coach Workman, please help. Coach, help. I hope he can't hear this right now.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Hey, you're just be grateful you're not my 8th graders, and this isn't, a couple energy drinks that I'm chugging right before we walk out from our locker room onto the field.
But can I tell you that you're probably one of my favorite thing about the games, besides the kids, besides the actual game, is when we have a great defensive play or a great offensive play, to be completely honest. You know it. If you missed it and you're on your phone, you know it, because there is a scream that comes across the field and into the next town at that point.
I just want to call foul. I mean, here he is, 2 sodas at dinner, and he's easily the lightest person on this broadcast team by a substantial margin.
It's not fair.
It's deceiving. I will tell you right now.
Okay. That's one word for it.
Maybe.
That's one word for it.
I don't know if it's as substantial as you might think.
All right. Well, weigh in at home. Maybe you'll win a pig. Just go ahead and start guessing weights.
Are we doing this? Yeah. Submit your guess right now into chat, and we'll give you a blizzard. We're going to make him eat a large blizzard, and you'll get a blizzard out of the deal if that's what we do. Or we're going to go have an all-you-can-eat fish fry at Trail Riders. I think that might be more apropos, and I would be all over that if we went and had some fish at Trail Riders. They do a good job there.
Yeah, yes, I was just going to roll with the excuse I'm wearing a hoodie tonight. I mean,
well, and you got the little chest pouch with the binoculars on it. It's sticking out a little bit further.
It's actually been keeping my hands warm.
There you go.
It stays up against my body, nice and warm. Get to tuck in.
See, this is traditional football weather. We don't get that at the Dome. I know. We are spoiled.
I wear shorts and a T-shirt and am hot in the press box at the Dome.
Yes. Here we got the hoodies. We got the jeans. Might have to start getting a little more a couple weeks down the road, even when we go to Winslow.
Hey, and that's where Blackwood's Tees comes in. Backwoods Tees right now. I'm telling you right now. I said black because my hoodie is black that they got me. Had a sweet one, but we will be reaching out. I've already talked to her. Got to get some warmer stuff, especially if we're on the road a little bit. And let's take a look at that right now. So while it's not exactly a stat, we're going to go to the shortstop stats right now and let you know that Round Valley, so starting things off, Thatcher, St. John's, we were at Poston Butte, got rained on like it was nobody's business.
Oh, my goodness.
Ganado last week, and here we are in Sholo. Monument Valley next week again on the road, and then we're going to be Window Rock at home, then Winslow on the road, and then Page at home. And so I thought Page was homecoming, but I'm going to guess that it's Window Rock because homecoming is that weekend. So I apologize for flipping those two. And then we will finish things off with Blue Ridge at home.
Wow.
And that'll be the end of the regular season. So through the end of October, Round Valley will see Monument Valley, Window Rock, Winslow, Page, and the Yellow Jackets of Blue Ridge. What are you looking at, Ethan? Words?
Oh, I'm just looking at the teams we got going. How's Blue Ridge's season going? Does anyone know?
Hey, let's click. This is the internet.
Link.
What could possibly go wrong? So Blue Ridge is also 2-2 right now. 1-0 conference. Let's go to their schedule and see what it's been like for them. So they opened up with a loss against Payson, 17-10, and then a win against the Redskins of St. John's in St. John's. And then they played Coconino in Flagstaff and lost 62-6 to that game. And they are currently, they played Window Rock and got a win against Window Rock, and they're playing Ganado tonight. So 2-2 teams playing tonight, and they are playing home game. Yep, so they're playing in Blue Ridge tonight.
Wow.
All right, so two identical opponents so far between St. John's and Ganado. Have to see how they fare against those teams, but interesting. And then Winslow, I know that Holbrook has got a team this year, and I believe they lost that one pretty big. I think that was their season opener, it might have been.
Wow.
Might have been second game of the season. I'm just talking. I don't have facts. I have conjecture, opinions, and bald-faced lies.
Well, something factual I can tell you is that the wonderful people at LeSueur Advanced Automotive bringing you this halftime nonsense will factually fix things like your transmission, which they've done for me. Aaron will take care of you, whether it's a big deal, a little deal, whether you want to just have it looked at, right? Like let's call it a 100,000-mile gut check on your car, right? When I would hit those milestones on my car, I'd run it over to Aaron and say, hey, is she still roadworthy? Are we good to go? Do I need to be looking to do anything? Aaron and his fine staff at LeSueur Advanced Automotive will take care of you that way, right in the middle of Eager, more or less. There, I don't dare call it Midtown Eager, but it is, I believe, between 3rd and 4th Avenue there in Eager, Arizona, across the street from O'Reilly's, right in there.
Sholo has enough cheerleaders for at least a 5-team basketball tournament.
And I want to see that happen right now.
I mean, that is a lot of cheerleaders, which I'm assuming, all levels, but
it is homecoming.
Great turnout, yeah.
All right, guys, well, we're going to take just a second here with 6.5 minutes left on the clock. You're watching Let's Go Elks. A big thanks to all of our amazing sponsor family. We couldn't do what we do the way we do it without you. Once again, if you're just joining us, guys, we're bringing you an audio broadcast tonight of the game here in Sholo as the Elks trail 9-26 as we wait for the Elks in about 9 minutes, 15 seconds to take the ball because the Elks will be receiving the ball in the second half. We'll be right back with you here in a few minutes. You're watching Let's Go Elks.
Many of them. And junior high too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're doing a little mic check, 1 2 1 2, as the clock has expired, and we are 3 minutes away from the second half football here in Show Low, Arizona. Once again, I'm Wesley McBride alongside Ethan Holliday and Coach, as we've been told to call him. That's all. That's it. That's all you get is Coach.
I'll work with it. I'm fine with that.
Oh, we got Coach Brandon Mossness, 8th grade coach, coaching my boy on the team, him and Coach Workman. So a huge shout out to the middle school coaching staff, actually. Super grateful for the program and the year that you guys have had. My boy is enjoying himself, comes home, positive things to say, really enjoying what you guys are doing on the field there.
Oh, I appreciate that. We try to get these kids ready for this high school. It's hard, it's fast. We try to prepare them for what's coming. So glad I'm able to be a part of that process. I've got, a coach that I work next to that's been doing this for
a couple of years.
Well, I'll be nice to Coach Todd Workman. I'll say just a couple of years.
I like it. Coach, feel free to continue texting. You can text me. You don't text him anymore. Just saying, just feel free. How do we contain this monster of monsters? Red Bull, what's the drink of choice? What's the pregame ritual?
It varies. It varies. Yesterday against Payson, it was a monster. I believe I drank a rain or a bang against Sholo. Snowflake. I can't remember what. See, maybe that's why we lost against Snowflake, is I can't remember the name of the energy drink that I had.
There you go.
If I had one, that was probably why we lost that game.
Or never drink that one again, and that's the problem, is you don't remember what it was.
Yep.
All right. So, guys, the Elks will receive, if I do remember correctly, right, as we exit the LeSueur Advanced Automotive Halftime Show. Teams are on the field, and they're getting ready. Is it just me, or did the temperature just drop a couple degrees, like right now?
Yeah.
Flag's blowing a little bit right in our direction, so, yeah, it might be changing just a touch.
Yeah, people are starting to bundle up, bring the blankets, sit down on these cold metal bleachers. I don't blame them.
Like you said, though, this is football weather. This is it.
Yes, this is definitely football weather. I played my high school ball in Colorado, and this is what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing, the fall, the Boys of Fall song, Kenny Chesney. That's what it was about.
Until we get to postseason and we head on down to the valley, and then it's back into shorts, and it's 90 degrees again.
Right. They're kind of spoiled down there at that time of year.
While we're waiting just a sec, I want to give some love to another one of our sponsors before we get back in the action. Guys, one of our oldest, most consistent is Mr. Troy Merrill, Farmers Insurance in Eager, Arizona. One of the coaching staff down on the field as well. But Troy will get you taken care of, whether it's life insurance, auto, home. We have a policy with him. Go give him and his friendly staff a call. They are right next to Shortstop, located in Eager, Arizona. Go see them. And while you're there, get yourself some IV hydration therapy, because that can also happen there. We are back to the action, guys. Welcome to the Sierra Propane third quarter coverage here in Show Low. The bleachers are rocking. Ball's up in the air. It's going to bounce.
Oh.
No touch on the ball, correct? So it's going to be a touchback to the 20. I don't think the Elks touched it.
Oh, man.
No. Danger, Will Robinson.
It looked like it bounced off of his foot. But apparently the ref saw it another way. So, indeed, there we are.
Sierra Propane bringing in the third quarter action here in Show Low. Locally owned, family serving your family for a lot of years. Guys, do specials for new customers. A company built on service. Sierra Propane, located in Springerville, Arizona, with their shop in Eager, Arizona. They're all over the place. They've got services throughout the White Mountains, I believe, actually. But, guys, if your kid's been on a Little League team, if you've been part of a Little League program, Sierra Propane's been there. A huge thanks to them for supporting us here at Let's Go Elks as well. All right, we're going to start things off on the 20-yard line. Riker Marble from the shotgun, man in motion. Doesn't get it. Riker to the left side. I thought Riker was going to get around the outside there. Unfortunately, gets caught up on the end. Loss of about a half a yard on the play. Or is that right on top of it? I thought he was marking it back. Second and 10.
Made it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's where he found some stiff resistance, if you will.
Pretty anxious to see what adjustments the Elks offense makes against this kind of, stacked box like we were talking about. That defense, they like to bring all those linebackers and linemen in.
Well spread out. Ball pass to Brett Jordan, 23. Does catch it that time. We saw that play twice in the first half to the right side, right towards us. Brett unable to bring it down the first couple times. Does get it. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. So, Coach, how would a screen pass work against what we're seeing? Sholo seems pretty spread out and not very deep in their defense. Would a screen work?
It would be tough. Sorry, I'm stepping on you, but I feel like they're not over pursuing. They're not getting a really quick rush. But I would really like to see something like that just to get Merrill activated in the game.
We haven't. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Trayson Merrill heavy on the offense right now. We've seen him carry.
And that's going to be a false start on the Elks. Our left tackle slid back.
We're going to scoot that back. We're going to lose the 5 yards Brett Jordan got us, and it's going to be 3rd and about 11 now. So, again, this is where we see a bit of play action historically from the Elks, but in a 3rd and 10 situation deep in their own territory, let's see what we get. The Elks are spread out, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Riker's all alone in the backfield. Elks, he's got the coverage, passes up hard to the left. Yes!
Oh, off
Walker.
his hands. He had it deep right at about the 49-yard line, and it just went right through his hands.
The ball came perfectly over the top of the defender, and I think Dallin might have been anticipating a tip on that.
A deflection.
one.
I did too, yep.
And so that's why,
In the hands, though. In and out of the hands of Walker, unfortunately. So, nice connection, attempt there by Riker Marble. He was a couple steps away from the defender as well, and I think Dallin could have turned it up and tried to get the yeehaw out of there. Unfortunately, 4th and 11, the Elks in punt formation.
Ooh, came sideways off the foot.
That is going to land somewhere in the 40-yard line-ish, which puts the Cougars in pretty good field position offensively as they take the ball for the first time with 10:25 left in the 3rd.
Those Sholo coaches on those sidelines, I think they influenced that ref a little bit on where the ball went through that sideline. I think they influenced it a good 3 to 5 yards extra in Sholo's favor there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a complex relationship this Sholo team seems to have with the referees.
Oh, yeah.
Love-hate a little bit, a lot of yellow. We'll see if the second half is lighter on the penalty situation. We have clocked 170 total yards, which puts us on track for what we had last year. We'll see what happens here in the Sierra Propane 3rd. Sholo under center, hands off to the second man. That's number 2. 2 with it? So did we switch quarterbacks for the Cougars? Because 2 was the quarterback for the first half, correct?
I thought so.
Not having a program is pretty brutal. I will say that right now.
It is quite unfortunate.
10 minutes on the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
So has anyone else made the mistake of looking down at something and then looking back and thinking that the black and gold you're seeing is the Elks and it's actually the Cougars?
I don't know why you would think that because it's dark green and gold,
Ethan.
Ethan.
Of course, obviously. Sorry, my mistake.
Quarterback under center, and that is number 5 now at the quarterback position. I believe 2 with it. Breaks a couple of tackles, getting 5 more yards out of the play. It's going to be a first down on about the 13, 14-yard line. Again, the angle killing me. They're putting the 15 on the scoreboard.
I don't know why. He's standing on the 13. The side judge is, at least.
15-ish. Maybe their yard marker only works in 5-yard increments.
Hey,
we'll go with that.
I like it.
Quarterback under center. 2 in the backfield with number 22 for the Cougars. I am not sure who ended up with the ball, but there's a gain of about 7 on the play.
Number 22 got it.
He did. Okay, I couldn't see who ended up with it.
That was 2-2.
Oh.
I haven't seen the starting running back number 6 for Sholo out on the field at all this possession.
Fair.
That might be the reason for the change in personnel.
Okay. 6 we saw in the first half, left side with a number of plays. The first time we commented about if it ain't broken. Under center, hands off to the last man left side. He's digging and he's trying for it. He's going to get a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to be really close to a first down. Let's see how they mark it. It's going to be short, so third and 1. Big opportunity for the Elks defense right now. 8:10 on the clock in the third quarter. Man in motion out to the right side, number 22. They're going to slam it up the middle, trying to get that first down.
Keanu Clark with a nice play coming right through that gap and stopping that run right away.
Stopping it before the end zone, but that will result in a first and goal. We are all the way over on the home team side hash. First and goal from the 1 or 2. They're saying 3 on the scoreboard. It looks closer to me. Touchdown for the Cougars. Number 2 with the carry.
Yeah, I've noticed when they just need a few yards, they like running right behind that big left tackle they got, number 76.
Couple yards. That's all they needed.
They did, ran right off his inside.
Okay, here we go. They brought the kicking tee out for this, or the block for the PAT.
You were way too excited about that.
It's an interesting call because every single one has been blocked so far tonight.
Oh, fair.
And there's
that one's blocked
one
as well. Yeah, I'm not sure why the Cougar was pursuing that so hard because the play is dead. Yeah, on a kick. They can't return that for points.
And so I've been so I know this might seem a little petty, but I've been keeping track of all these little notable plays.
Okay.
All the blocked PATs have been blocked by one player.
Talk to me.
Gage Baker.
Gage Baker, number 5.
He has come right up through the middle every single time, put his hands right in front, and blocked every single one.
Well, have you noticed that every time, like Sholo in their special teams, they're way spread out and they come in like they're being a little too fancy with the spices, perhaps, Ethan? What do you think?
A little too cute for comfort, if you ask me.
Line up, get your blocks, kick it through the uprights. That's how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, you line up, you get foot to foot on a PAT, and, I mean, we would even, to make sure no one shot that gap, you would hook the thigh of the guy next to you. It was like Spartans down in there. You weren't letting them through that shield wall.
Yeah, and you weren't moving.
No.
Right? Like,
it was get a hand up to push him down and just lock in and not let anyone past you. And it was quite effective.
Yes. Do you often see a kicker 10 yards back? To me, that seems 5 yards more than what we're used to seeing. Round Valley receives running up the middle. They're going to find themselves 38-yard line, somewhere in there. Again, I don't know why I guesstimate these numbers. I feel like I'm just way off.
Looks like the 35-36.
I'll take it.
Decent return by number 2 there, Kyle Clark.
Kyle Clark back in. Kyle out for a few games, unfortunately. Back in the action now. Nice to see him healed up and back in the action.
Let's see if it's the same way that the first half kind of started for the Elks. You know, 1 or 2 series, kind of going through the motions, it seems like, finding a rhythm, and then being able to move the ball down the field. So let's see if they made some adjustments and, you know, really be able to do something with it here.
Riker Marble hands off to Gage Baker, left side. Loss of about 1.5 yards on the play. This is definitely a series when we need to see the Elks put 6 more on the board as they trail 32-9. Much quicker half so far. We're already 5 minutes into the third quarter play. Elks in the huddle. 2nd and 12. Riker chatting it up with his fellow backfieldsman. Riker keeps it past left side.
Oh, deflected by that defensive end.
Intended for Trayson Merrill. That's definitely one of the plays we see the Round Valley Elks use. Trayson right up the middle, really quick pass over the top. 6:23 left in the Sierra Propane third quarter.
Yeah, that could be really effective because that's that like 5-yard across the middle when Riker's kind of tucking the ball or pretending to, and he's getting that linebacker to move opposite side, and then he's trying to sneak it in behind him. But fortunately, D-end a little too tall there.
Riker Marble 3 or 4 steps back, pass again up the middle.
Screen
Pass, good for about 7 yards. Well, it was good to see it execute because I was wondering how well that would pan out with how Sholo's been running their defense.
I mean, I almost could have called it because I'm like, wow, they're getting a lot of penetration this play.
Yeah, why are they getting through?
And it was from the interior, which they haven't had a lot of penetration from the interior linemen. It's been from the D-ends when they've got it.
4th and 5. The Elks are going for it. Oh, no, they are punting. Sorry, I couldn't see the punter in the back. They do punt. Bounces at the 30. Bounces again to the 23-yard line. Picked up by Sholo. He's got one blocker. He's getting around the corner. Sholo's going to run out of bounds right about midfield. They'll take the ball with 5.5 minutes left in the third. Still 4th down on the marker. Pretty sure it's a first down, though. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They are on the 49-yard line.
We're a good 8 seconds into the play clock before the quarterback is even leaving the sidelines.
Wow. That understands,
some of the delay of game penalties.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, they've got to be getting close. From the shotgun, man on each side. Number 5 looks, pass right side up. Nobody around. Did he hold it?
Had it, but he dropped it.
I thought he came down with it.
No,
Dang.
He had it for just a second, and then when the receiver hit him, he dropped it.
So what was the quarterback anticipating? I feel like he threw it right at Dallin.
I think.
Did I miss something with with the obstruction I got? What happened?
I thought the receiver stopped running his route, and the quarterback kind of almost anticipated him to be there. And then, once the receiver realized where the ball was going, he had to play defense instead of offense and not allow Dallin to make that interception.
Indeed.
Second and 10 for the Cougars. Number 2 up the middle.
All right, that run good for about 4 yards for the Cougars.
Seth Oscar there with his first tackle of the night. Good to see him get in there and make a play.
I almost said a few plays earlier, I haven't had to call out number 7 tonight.
So 3rd and 7. Sorry, guys. Got pulled away really quick.
And we're back to 5 down.
Sholo under center, one in the backfield. He's rolling to the right side. He's going to make the pass. Nobody there. 34 with the reception. I believe Riker getting him out of bounds. Yep. It's going to be a first down for the Cougars. 4:33 left in the third.
And we saw that play action boot once or twice there in the first half, and Sholo I think brought they've been running up the middle, saw that we had brought people into that box, running that 5 front again, and then made the most of it there with that play action.
Yeah, we had some pressure on the QB, but he was able to get it away just in time, getting chased down on the backside.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from the Elks 25-yard line. Quarterback's under center, 1 in the backfield. Receivers spread out. I believe he hands it to 22. Number of Elks in on that. I see number 7, number 5, and then Trace and Merrill, I believe, in on that as well. Number 10. Number 5, Gage Baker. Number 7, Seth.
Yep. Hit hard in the backfield by 3 Elks converging.
I was about to ask what's the holdup, but I think, again, it's just Sholo slow to the line.
Yep.
You can see
4,
the back judge there.
2, and that's going to be a timeout Sholo.
Are they just – is that clock management in the third quarter?
It's –
We're burning the clock late in the third?
No. That Sholo coach, it seems like they're – when you run a complicated offense – you have to find ways to simplify it.
Which one?
And I think the boards are, as soon as he calls a play to the quarterback on the sidelines, they're holding him up. I think that's supposed to be some formations and other things. And, yeah, I'm not sure how this really works out because they still wait for the quarterback to come back and actually relay the play. So I don't even really know what the signs are for.
I have no
Because they're
clue.
not getting in formation. They're not. And like I said, on that play, I counted 12 seconds before the quarterback was headed back. Wow. And then he was just, given the nice trot. And so they got to the line with about 8 seconds left, and they never really got set. They had receivers kind of wandering around, and, yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
But, Wes, to your point of clock management, I think they do want to run that clock. They're waiting till the back judge is there making his count. So that way, they run the ball, they wait till the last possible second, run that clock down. Up 23 with only 3 and change left in the third quarter. You might start winding that down a little bit.
Okay, that'll be encroachment. Someone
Against
tell
Sholo.
that. No, was that false start?
Yeah, against Cougars. Cougars.
Oh, I didn't see the jump. I saw the 2 defensive linemen push the center through the quarterback. All righty.
I formation from the Cougars running it left tackle off the left tackle.
Trace and Merrill holding on to him, not wanting to let him go. Still pushing up. Going to be good for about 5 yards, though. 10 yards.
We hit him 4 times before we even arrested his momentum. That was just a hard run. All righty. So, 3rd and about 5.
3rd and 5.
All right.
If you were Sholo, what would you do in this situation, Ethan?
3rd and 5, I would run it to the right side. They've shifted big number 76 to the right. I would go for that C gap.
Right there on
side.
the right-hand side. Run it right. I mean, he's probably 6'3", 6'4", a good 260 pounds.
Ooh, short pass. Did he get to the sticks?
And
that's right at the sticks.
They're going to call it a first down.
I mean, it's not a stick route when it's to the inside. What is that? A flat?
To the inside. Would that just be a short little hook route there?
Yeah, I guess. I was about to say, when you run it to the sideline, that's a stick, because you get to the sticks and then you cut out. But I don't know what it is to the inside. I was a lineman. They never told me such things.
We didn't care what route you were running.
That was things I did not need to know.
I formation with the tight end out to the right side. They're going to run right behind him there. Getting him cut back to the inside. Good pursuit, forcing him back inside. He didn't gain a yard on that play.
I think they're going to give him about 1 looking at the line judge, but let's see where that gets. Nope.
Yeah, he tried cutting it back, stumbled, and couldn't get any momentum, and then got wrapped up and brought down.
That was a good job there by Brody Ziegler on that outside, fighting not to get hooked there by that tight end and forcing the run back into the inside where all of his linebackers and other linemen were. Heavy formation there from the Cougars.
2nd and 10 under center. Hands off second man, number 2. Ethan, you've said it before, when they need a couple yards, they follow that left side.
Yeah, so essentially what they're doing is they're lining up with that double tight end set, and that forces your DN's got to be further out, and then your linebacker kind of fills that gap. But when you got a big guy right there, what it allows you to do is take your tackle and your guard, basically get a double team on the down lineman, and that immediately lets that tackle get up to that second level, and it really can blow big holes open if you run it well, and Sholo runs it well.
Really effective on that. Well, and then there at the end of the play, they all get in a big, just like a rugby scrum, and just push the pile.
Exactly. And delay game on the So another penalty, 5 yards. Penalties have slowed down.
That is their 5th delay of game call
tonight. We'll look at the stats here again in just a second, or we'll give you the total here in the short stop stats. Number 8, or is that 6?
Yeah, hit in the backfield, but able to get.
He gets the 5 back.
Second effort, gets the 5 back.
2nd down. Yeah, so like Coach was telling us now, 5 of those penalties for him gives the Cougars 110 total yards in penalties, 70 for the Elks. We've definitely seen the flags calm down here in the 3rd quarter.
And it's less chippy, too. I don't see as much enthusiasm from either team to really hit hard or, really bring that intensity that the first half really showed us.
Yeah, unfortunately, it feels like demeanor on the field, both teams has calmed down a little and kind of settled in. I don't want to say the Elks have given up. They're still trying, but I just haven't felt that sense of urgency yet.
Deflation is the word that's in my head, and I don't want to say it either because you can't be deflated with 12 more minutes of football.
No, but at this point, we're down, what's that, 21?
23.
Yep.
23, yes, other way. Math works the other way.
Don't worry, you won't use it. It's okay. You don't need math. You don't need math. Guys, want to give a little bit of love really quick to Mountain Drip IV Hydration Therapy in Eager, Arizona. They actually have places all over. They've got places throughout the White Mountains. Mountain Drip IV Hydration Therapy. If you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, an immune system boost, increased muscle recovery, energy support, high-dose vitamins, go see them. They have IV hydration therapy to get you back in the action a little bit quicker. That's in Eager, Arizona, right next to shortstop, mountaindrip.com. And it is like that very quickly, the Butler Lodge 4th quarter. Cougars rolling to the right side. He got it in the end zone. I'm waiting for the hands in the air. 6 points for the Cougars, first play into the 4th quarter. So once again, looking at what that Winslow McNeil chiropractic adjustment needs to be for the Elks to make a change, what do you see happening differently offensively, Coach, as we get the ball back here in just a few minutes?
I think we've been saying this all game long. Sholo's been able to use multiple people on their offense to really kind of confuse what's going on, and it seems like they're coming at you from every which way. So
it was picked in the end zone on a 2-point. You can run that.
If it's a ground, right, you can run. Can you run it back, or is it dead period if the possession changes? Dan Muth Dan, the truth man, let us know. He's got to know the rule.
Well, I knew they wouldn't do block kicks, but I thought an interception in the end zone
Was good.
with a clear lane.
Dan Muth, let us know your thoughts on a PAT 2-point conversion. If it is caught or interception situation, can they run it back?
Yeah, because he had a lot of field in front of him. Which, I mean, if he doesn't make the touchdown, it would still just be, possession doesn't change because it's an extra down. I don't know. Apparently not.
Would have been good to see another 2 points up on the board, though, for that.
You take them wherever you can get them, right?
You can get exactly.
I am genuinely confused by the
Genuine? Really?
Genuine.
That's the artist, correct?
Yeah,
It's just-
that's right. No, I'm confused by the DJ selection tonight. It's
He actually has turntables and everything. I saw
Yeah.
the setup when I was plugging in. It is it's a DJ.
it's a very chill vibe for a fourth quarter, even if you are up.
I'm interested to see if they kick this one deep.
And
Well, the ref heard you and he said you're not going to get to find out. Did their line move too quick? He's talking to Trace and Merrill. Not the official that threw the flag, but another official.
yeah,
Penalty
someone,
against the Cougars.
someone crossed the line.
Do you have to stay behind that 5-yard mark until the kicker moves?
You have to stay behind the ball until it advances.
Correct, but I know that you're only allowed to set up 5 yards behind the ball. Does that have anything to do, are you not allowed to get a little more of a running start?
Yeah, they don't want
So you can't advance, period, until the ball's kicked? Is that what you're saying, Ethan?
well, not when they line up on the ball like that.
I think they have to stay. Well, I don't think they have to stay behind the kicker, but that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Walker picks it up on the 15, headed to the right side, comes back to the middle, hit hard, and pushed back. He's going to get
To the 28.
28. Yeah, sorry, I saw it, and they're playing football in the back on the soccer field, and I thought it was a flag. I was like, okay, what is that? I have no idea what's going on. It was not a flag. Guys, so we were talking about homecoming being right around the corner. Molly Butler's, your fourth quarter sponsor, has got you covered for that homecoming date goodness. Call Sandy and them right now. Sandy and Irene will take your reservation, get you set up, and you can have some fruits of the forest pie because it is the magical goodness.
Right now, I just want to see Round Valley line up, go mano-a-mano, and march it down the field.
Off the hands of Elmer right there. Would have been an 8-yard gain. Well thrown ball that time. So, hey, my criticism is not valid.
Well, but so how much now they're making the connections, and now more is it the coverage that Sholo's providing as well. We're not able to keep our hands on it we're touching the ball.
Yeah, are we hearing footsteps? What's going on here?
Might just be the cold.
It could be.
Might just be it's a little chilly tonight. You never know. I don't know. They have those gloves on. Should stick right to them.
Riker Marble from the shotgun, 2nd and 10. He's looking to the right side this time.
Oh.
Intended receiver was Jordan. Coverage by the Cougars. It's going to be another incomplete pass. 3rd and 10.
Got one hand on it, was trying to pull it into his body when he got hit, and that just kind of rocketed it back.
So
I was actually afraid of an interception because it was
Yep.
it was headed right towards a Sholo player, but he was turned around, didn't see it.
So understandably seeing the Elks go to the air a lot more for the same reason we were talking clock management a minute ago, is a pass incomplete at least stops the clock and keeps it going than a couple yards and a down in field.
Yep.
11:40 left in the ball game. Your Elks trailing by 29.
Only seeing a 3 front here from the Cougars. A lot of linebackers spread out.
3 to the right side. A little bit of pressure. Marble up in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody around but 2 Cougars closest to it. And I believe that's number 2 with the interception for the Cougars.
I mean, that looked like
Brett Jordan.
I think he gave up on the route and then didn't expect the ball to come out because he was getting chased.
So
he saw Riker in trouble there.
So it's not me.
Back.
Yeah.
Nope.
So is that exactly what we saw Sholo do a little bit ago, right? We just had this same conversation in the same part of the field.
Yep. And wide receivers, they're looking back for the ball. And when they see their quarterback in trouble, automatically you freeze. And when that quarterback gets out of it, somehow, some way, he's expecting you to stay on where you're on. And unfortunately, that just didn't work out this time.
Quite nearly as good as a punt. That's an awful short punt, though.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. They are on their own 42-yard line. Quarterback from the shotgun rolls to the right side, calling it.
Oh.
Receiver number 22 gets 2 hands on it. Coverage by Elmer.
Good coverage that time.
Indeed.
Yep. Lots of pressure by the Elks. There were a couple Elks in the backfield providing pressure. Second down for the Cougars. 11:25 left in the ballgame. Big stop needed right now by the Elks defense. I don't want to call it a nail in a coffin, but it would be a huge turning point for the Cougars to put another touchdown on the board right now. So we need to see a 3-and-out situation, and we need to see the Elks with a successful drive in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need the defense to step up in a big way here.
Under center, hands off to the second man from the I formation. Caught.
Ooh.
Mondo.
Good play by Armando there.
Garcia getting it done in the backfield. Loss of, move that. There we go. Loss of a couple yards on the play. We're going to call it 3rd and 12 or 13. Lots of whistles. Is that going to be a timeout?
Timeout Cougars?
Sholo.
Yep.
11:01 left on the clock, guys. We're in the Molly Butler Lodge 4th quarter coverage here on Let's Go Elks. We're in Sholo tonight. Guys, we appreciate you sticking with us in our audio-only coverage. Ethan, it feels weird. Not that you're not on the video switcher, but it just feels weird producing it a different way. Like, I love the action that we get down on the field. I love the camera shots that we're able to get, and it's a little bit different not being able to do that tonight.
I know. I keep looking at your stat screen and waiting for the replay.
Yeah, why that?
And
Why
there's
that?
nothing there. Which I just realized how much I've come to rely on that, and not having it, I got to pay a little bit more attention to who's doing what and why.
To get to see it again.
I can't just catch up on the numbers later, so
Yep.
it's an adjustment, all right.
So the lack of instant replay tonight brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Unfortunately, we love them. We love them and not able to bring you the same action tonight. But want to give some loves to Reed's Tree Service in Round Valley, 928-245-1541. Family owned and operated with over 50 years of experience in tree service and logging, specializing in hazardous tree removal. Levi's walked our place down. They're always a notch above the competition. Give them a shout. Give them your business. Reed's Tree Service. Quick pass right side. Number 5 connects with, I believe that's 24 for the Cougars. 34 for the Cougars.
That's not good enough for the first. That's going to be 4th and
Brought down.
4th and
4. Sure.
Should be
Riker
4th and
Marble.
4, yeah.
Now, okay, you're Sholo. You're up 29. You punt.
Why not?
I mean, why do you want to give it to
Punt.
him at midfield?
Punt it deep. Give it to him on the 5 or 10 and let the offense dig out of it.
Yep.
Well, that is exactly not what they're
Never
doing.
mind.
That is probably what I would have done, but that's exactly not what's happening here.
Running an empty formation there.
Quarterback with a big pass up the middle to 22. He was closer than I thought. I thought he was a step or two behind it, and he was reaching for it.
Yeah, he closed the distance on it, but it was just a little overthrown.
Coverage by Caldwell.
Yep. He had a step on the defender.
Okay.
It was pretty open.
So it happened. 10-13 left in the 4th. Round Valley able to get the ball back. So now we have the Elks offense on the field. And we are just on the other side, just on the Cougar side of midfield. We need to see a quick score. And then do you start playing the onside game? Elks have already been playing it from a kicking perspective.
Why not? And Sholo here coming only with 3 down linemen. Why not run the ball up the middle? They're expecting the pass. You're expecting Round Valley to want the big play. Why not go up the middle and one of those draws or whatever. Catch Sholo sleeping a little bit.
Hey, that's what they're doing. Riker Marble gives it to Gage Baker. He is going to get about 3 out of it. 2nd and 7, clock will run. So does Round Valley go to a no huddle? Do you really have to try to conserve as much time as you can? They're not going to be in a no huddle, but you think a hurry up offense is definitely going to be in order. Gage getting the play, coming back in, or being told to go back in. Riker giving the call to the Elks. 9:43 left in the ballgame. Gage Baker in the backfield. We got 3 to the right side. We got Elmer to the left. Again, Sholo in that 3 formation. Riker now back to pass, looking, pressure. I thought we were going to see Riker go for it. He doesn't.
Oh.
Intended for Brett Jordan, over his head, though.
Yep.
A lot of time off the clock in that scramble. I honestly thought the first time they broke through and he juked it, I thought we were going to see Riker push hard upfield, but did not happen.
He almost could have there, I think, on that second one. He had a lot of open field on that right side that he probably could have used to his advantage instead of trying to throw the ball there too quickly.
At least for a first down, right? We just got to move the chains. Because the first down will at least stop your clock for a little bit, right, to let the Elks reset and get back at it. Again, time management becoming more and more critical with 9:18 left in the ballgame. From the shotgun, Marble, quick pass left side.
Oh.
Elmer, the intended receiver, 5 with coverage for the Cougars. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 6. $9:14 left in the ball game. You go for it past midfield on 4th and 6.
I think at this stage of the game, you have to.
You gotta.
Down 29 points. You need a big play here. You need something to fire up your team. Run a little trick play. Run something to get these kids going.
We've seen 2 successful hook and ladders this season.
You took it. You took it out of my brain. I was gonna say, is now the time for the hook and ladder? We don't know.
I feel like the time for it was second quarter when you needed something to just energize. The game was still close.
Keep it closer.
You were moving the chains, but you were struggling in the red zone. You just needed something to add that spark and say, hey, we can play with these guys. And unfortunately, we've had too many frustrating stalled out drives on offense.
And too many penalties in the second quarter. I wonder if that factors in too, because it's hard to get anything going when the flags are in the air so much. But we're quiet second half. We're only at 180 total yards and penalties right now. 9:14 left in the ball game. The Cougars coming back out onto the field. Riker Marble with the shotgun. Defense is crashing. Long pass. Intended receiver was Harlan. Was that 4?
Correct.
So that's going to be a turnover on downs. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars on their own 45. 9:08 left in the ballgame.
Yeah, with Riker being left-handed, I don't like it when they kind of roll him out a little bit to that right side.
And then he's throwing across.
He's throwing across the body. It's just.
I don't know why it keeps.
A lot of that was mostly the pressure. He dropped straight back, and then he got a lot of pressure up the middle and flushed to that right side. But
tough situation.
Indeed, yeah.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. Number 5 under center, 2 in the backfield. I see a receiver on each side. Hands off to the right side.
Number 77 and number
4. Is Harlan in on that, or did he just help out?
He helped, but
Gage Baker there.
No, that's 5-0.
Armando.
Armando, yep.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Good sportsmanship there, though.
Yep.
Hit him hard, put him down, helped him get back up. Under 9 minutes left in the ballgame now. Elks fans, once again, thanks for sticking with us. We're glad you're with us here with our live coverage of the Sholo Round Valley game here in Sholo. Quarterback under center, 2 behind him. Hands off to number 2 left side. 2 trying to get around the corner, is able to do so. Short of the first down, I believe. It's going to be 3rd and a few. Marching band getting it done on the other side of the bleachers. I was bobbing my head. I don't know if that's what you were doing it for too, Ethan, but I was feeling it.
I commented before the game in the pregame show. You had stepped away for a second, but I always like being Sholo at home for a simple reason, and I like their drum line.
Yep. Morenci has a good band as well. We haven't played Morenci in a minute.
Played him in a while.
But I remember commenting a lot on Morenci with their band as well. Quarterback under center. Pushing. They're going to try to get it done that way. He's marked short of the first down, so says the line judge. I think it's going to be 4th and inches, 4th and about a yard.
Yeah.
Talk to Mrs. Haas with our pet band. She says it's a rebuilding year for us in the pet band. They've got a lot of underclassmen, a lot of new kids, so they're trying to work them in, help them out, help them grow a little bit. But definitely appreciate Miss Haas and everything that they do at the pet band there. So are we going to see – sorry, I'm just like one thing to the next. Are we going to see a copy-paste? Are they just going to punch it for a yard?
Yep. Ooh,
I don't think they got it. The line judges are walking the line.
It's 4th down. Oh.
They're giving it to them.
They gave it to him, huh?
I'm pretty sure they're going to have to – the coaches can ask for a check.
Not now. They moved.
They moved the chains already, yep.
Unfortunate there from that chain gang because
But
the coach is allowed to ask for a spot check.
But until the clip is moved that holds the yard for them, they could have still made them go back if they're using. They got like a snap-on that shows the yard marker.
Correct.
That's a very technical evaluation of what happens, but there is on the chain you snap on that holds the 40 or the 35 or the 30, and it helps the chain gang know exactly where things should be lined up.
Absolutely.
A run to the right side, going to be a loss of about 1 yard, 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 12, under 7 minutes left in the ballgame.
That was number 12 in there on that tackle.
Number 12 is Brody Ziegler.
Mr. Ziegler. Ziegler? Sure.
Ziegler, I believe. That's how I say it typically.
Ziegler.
I always feel like putting a little extra Z in it, Ziegler.
Zippity doodah.
Yeah, That's just the kind of guy I am.
Always give him just a little bit more.
I'm a giver.
2nd and 12.
That heavy formation again. Are they just going to punch it up the middle? Oh.
He's rolling to the right side.
Play
He's
action.
looking to his receiver. Connected with 34.
Riker's down.
Riker slow to get up. Gets a little bit of help.
I don't think he was hurt. That would look more like a frustrated. I don't want to get up because I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
3rd and 3. Clock runs. I mean, I don't come to a football game without my play rope. I'll tell you that right now. We've got a cowboy in the stands who's got his play rope, which I completely endorse, actually. I just hadn't seen that tonight.
I was watching him walk up, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I thought he had a cable, but no, it's a rope. 3rd and 3. Run to the left side. Round Valley had a chance farther back in the backfield. I still think they stopped the first down.
Yep. They're marking 4th and
inches. Could have been 4th and 2 or 3.
Yep.
So do we see again just strong formation, punch it, first down, keep the clock moving? I think that's what we're going to see from the Cougars here in just a second. Yeah, deflated may be the wrong word, but it definitely feel like everybody took a chill pill. Everybody just calmed down.
The intensity of the game is just
up here too, everywhere.
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody's calmed down.
It's almost like all right, let's run a play, run through the motions, let's run the clock down.
Yep.
The energy in this stadium has just gone way down.
Quarterback's rolling to the right side. They're not going to go for the quarterback sneak. Big pass right side. Sholo calling for a flag. No flag. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Elmer with the coverage.
Interesting to see Sholo on a deep passing play when it was 4th and inches.
Right. I'll shake it up, right?
Might as well.
If Taylor Swift has taught me anything.
Shake it off.
You shake it up. Oh, yeah, shake it off, not shake it up. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh, off, up. Tomatoes. You know, we talked about Riker being a little frustrated earlier there, Ethan, and I can see why. He's leading the Elks team on tackles tonight with 7.
In a tough running game, you never want your safety to be leading in tackles.
Correct.
Right. Well, that's telling, right?
Yes.
That's telling of what's been happening tonight.
And he could also be frustrated on the offensive side of the ball. Only,
Yeah.
you know, it's frustrating when you can't run the offense like the
All
way
right.
you want to.
So, is that a new QB in the backfield? That's 23.
Brett
taking a
Jordan in
snap.
at quarterback again late in the fourth quarter. Hands off to Gage Baker. Gage with 2 or 3 on him is going to be a loss of probably 1 or 2 on the play. 4:44 left in the ball game.
This side was giving him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. Still a loss of about a half yard.
They'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
They're going to meet in the middle and make it a loss of
One.
about 1, yeah.
There you go.
2nd and 11.
I believe they call that compromise.
Interesting to see between 2 officials.
Yeah.
I guess that's how it works. 2nd and 11, Riker Marble Brett Jordan from the shotgun. Sorry, that was like muscle memory.
Oh.
Fumbled snap. Brett gets the ball up in the air, swinging into the sideline, intended for Harlan.
Sholo coach very frustrated he did not catch that ball.
Yeah, 0 for 1 for the night,
Yeah.
that coach. Third and 11. 4:06 in the ball game. Wind yet again changing positions. Now we have it blowing the other way again now. It's blowing towards Round Valley as it was earlier.
Yeah.
Now, this late in the fourth quarter, do you think the move to Brett Jordan coming in is a good opportunity to get him some reps just in case a situation comes where Riker is hurt later on down the road in the season?
Indeed, get him some reps, get him some throws, build some confidence, and just in case, hey, you're getting called up,
Okay.
you know.
So this is less of a Riker wasn't getting it done, but a more of let's get some reps and getting ready for the rest of the season.
I mean, at this point, how many plays Riker's done, I would say the game's a little out of hand at this point. Let's save some wear and tear on QB1.
Well, but we'll see if they keep him in at defense then. If we're preserving him, are they going to have him at safety leading the tackles for the Elks tonight? You know,
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right, 3rd and 11. Jordan steps back 2 or 3 steps, rolling to the left side. Passes in the air to Elmer. They're pushing and tugging on each other. There is a flag. Who's it going to be on, though?
So that's going to be on Sholo because he had a handful of jersey and was not letting go. And
is
so,
that why Elmer reciprocated?
I mean, yeah, they were pushing off each other, but I'm assuming that's going to be a defensive holding. But
And he's not having it, number 11, with his hands up, wondering
Yeah.
what's the deal.
so, but that's going to be good enough for the first down.
Yeah, that's a long move. We're going to be right on midfield. The ball is on the Cougar emblem right at midfield. The Elks having to jog up to the line a little farther than they'd anticipated. Number 55, your center, Mr. Gillum. Brett Jordan from the shotgun, one in the back with him. Hands off to the man beside him. That was number 2, Kyle Clark. Loss of just a bit. Nope, a little more than a bit, looks like. 2nd and 11. Under 4 minutes left to play here in the ballgame here in Sholo. Don't forget, we are on the road to Monument Valley. Let's Go Elks will have your coverage for you up in Kayenta 1 week from tonight. Brett Jordan rolls right side, does pitch. I believe again to Kyle Clark.
Yeah, like we said, learning reps. If you're about to get hit, but your pitch man is also covered, does not
keep
mean
it.
you
Yeah.
pitch it anyways.
Yeah.
Because then you just turn it into a little more of a loss.
Yeah, the option can be trickery.
Yes. That's all right. That's what we're doing here. We're learning. We're growing. I've never been a quarterback. Who am I to talk?
That's true. I'm the guy that gave the quarterback the ball. That was my job.
Yep.
Indeed. Same here.
A bunch of linemen commentating on a football game. I don't know about this.
Sweet justice.
All I know is I was probably a little quicker because they put me at guard.
There you go. There you go. I was not sized or speed for that. Brett Jordan's going to get some yards on the play, a couple. It's going to be 4th and 13. 2:20 left in the ball game here in the Molly Butler Lodge fourth quarter coverage. Brought to you by Let's Go Elks.
Hey, let's just tell the line, hey, let's get a good hold and let's just run a deep post. Let's see what happens. Why not?
Special teams out onto the field. 2 minutes on the clock.
It looks like we have a couple of younger Elks players in on this punt, so it's good to see him get a rep or two in this game.
Again, rep. So Riker Marble with the punt. It's going to almost die right on the 20-yard line and roll out of bounds. So Sholo takes it about the 16 or 17.
Now with 1:48 left, you're Sholo.
You need a first down.
You need 1 first down.
Yeah,
Yep.
So ground game, give it to 2 around the left a couple times. That has been working for them.
It
right?
has been.
You just need a couple of yards and to keep the clock running. I don't see Round Valley symbolically using their timeout to stop the clock at this point, right? It's 60 seconds of wait. But we'll see what happens as they come out onto the field as we wrap things up here with 1:48 left in the ball game.
And to answer your question, I do not see
Riker on D.
Riker in at safety. I see number 8 taking over those duties.
Okay, that's Caldwell.
Yep. They're kneeling on it, but I don't think they have enough clock.
With 30 seconds
It'd be
for
2
each
minutes.
one, they would still have,
Time on the clock, right?
yeah, I think around 18 seconds left on the clock. So they would either
Wouldn't it be 90 seconds of burn time,
Yeah.
essentially?
Correct.
So are they just going to burn the clock and give it to the Elks with 20 seconds left?
That I don't know.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But I will tell you who will take the guesswork out of title work is Pioneer Title in Springerville. And no joke, they helped us with our last acquisition of property, and Carly and her staff made it super easy to deal with. It wasn't an entire mountain of paperwork. They have a vernacular that helps you understand what's going on, guys. And so go see the great people at Pioneer Title the next time you're buying, selling, getting it done. It opens the door to success and friendship. Local staff, great people. They will help get it done for you. And they love the community. So go see Carly and the great people at Pioneer Title there in Springerville. 40 seconds left on the clock. Sholo once again.
Yeah, 34 on the clock when they knelt on it. Okay.
I guess we're going to call it there.
Yeah, technically Round Valley should get the ball with 4 seconds on the clock,
At the 10-yard line.
but I don't. Did both teams just call it, or
I
okay
think
with
so.
this?
I think they did.
With 10 seconds on the clock, we do see both teams walking into the middle. We're shaking hands. We're getting things done that way. Guys, Sholo definitely with a deeper roster. I was looking at the sidelines just as the game was wrapping up, and it made me think, I wonder what the population of Sholo High School is compared to the Round Valley Elks.
Yeah. I really like Sholo's run blocking scheme and the things they do. They know where their strengths are, and they use them well. It's a tough team, and I think they're doing really well this season.
Well, and it shows.
Yeah.
It shows. Round Valley, when their defense is needed to step up this season, we've seen them make some amazing plays, but just it didn't really click for them today, and it showed that, Sholo can block and they can run the ball.
And it's interesting. On defense again, I feel like we did the same thing with Post and Butte. We just came out with like a totally different look. We were trying 5 down and doing all this stuff, and we didn't really pick up and start really playing defensively well until we went back to a 4-3.
We need to find a defensive identity and stick with what's working.
Yeah, that's what the players seem comfortable with. And, hey, maybe it doesn't match up quite as well schematically, but if it gives your players the best chance to succeed, hey, maybe we should stick with that. But, hey, that's outsider looking in. I don't know what defensive coach has got going on, what he's thinking about, but that's something I've noticed 2 weeks. 2 of our tougher games that we've had big losses in, that first half, just struggling to find that. And we're still running 5-2 so staying committed to it in this game. So I don't know.
So would Ethan, if you were going to call that, would that be your potential future adjustment that you'd want to see the Round Valley Elks possibly take as we highlight adjustments and changes that may need to occur?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the run blocking scheme that Sholo has, if you have that. Oh, you could even switch to a 4-3, especially, like I said, the scheme that Sholo had with that tight end. You can't let that tackle guard get that double team on that one down lineman every time. You got to do something. When you run the 3-4, you put a nose guard. So, I don't know. It's tough. I can see why they're trying to go with the 5-2. Because they're trying to engage at the line, but I don't know.
It's a tough call when they block that good. When you have a team that knows their assignments and is that big, it's hard to stop.
Exactly.
And when you have fast running backs that are behind them and know that they can run up the hole, it's going to be there, and they commit to it. Because I didn't see them bounce a lot to the outside.
Right.
They were committed to running up the middle, and those holes were open there because we were just outworked.
Yeah, I mean, the holes are open. You get to hit them with speed too, and that's another factor when we're making that first initial hit. We've just got too much momentum. Yeah.
Well, let's look forward. Let's talk about the next couple weeks then. With a loss here in Sholo, how much impact does that have on playoff look, on postseason opportunities? What do you see the Elks doing in the second half of their regular season?
I see us being a lot more successful just based on the teams we got left and the style of football they play. The only question I have is I don't know what Blue Ridge is doing this year. I don't know what Page really runs. But, Monument Valley typically runs a similar style every year, and that's something we usually handle pretty well, just a pretty basic run game and a handful of pass concepts that we're usually able to get on top of. Winslow, I think that's usually a pretty good game. Another running team, but not like a double tight, pounded up the middle team. So usually like a single tight end, or I don't know. I think we'll do a lot better. I think we definitely front loaded our schedule. So it'll be interesting to see how we pull together and string a few wins together and see what that does for us as far as playoff goes. But
okay.
Now, as I understand it, was Poston Butte a 4A team?
Correct.
So
state runner-up 4A team.
So we played a state runner-up 4A team. Thatcher?
Yeah.
Are they another 4A team as well?
They're a 3A team. They moved up with us, correct? They were 2A with us, moved up 3A with us. But population-wise, if you looked at the size of the roster and the sideline, a much different team. It's definitely an apples and oranges situation.
They had more juniors and seniors than we did, entire squad, including JV players. So.
And Poston Butte as well, looking at those rosters,
yes.
it's full.
I mean, it's 2 pages.
So I don't think I think it's doing a really good service to our team to front load that schedule, play some of those tougher teams, get that good experience for these players, and if you know that you can run up against these tough teams, because Poston Butte, that was a close game.
Yeah. There was opportunities. The door got opened late in the fourth for sure.
Exactly. And so if you know that you can do that against a bigger team and a tougher team from, a bigger, the 4A conference there, that should give you some good insight to how the rest of the season is going to go. Because if you can do that, you can march against these smaller 3A teams, the 2A teams that we've played in the past, and use that momentum here at the end of this this season and take it into the playoffs, in those situations.
I think one of the only things you have to worry about with front loading so heavily is that you risk injury, right? You risk injuring a couple kids in really big games, really, not that you're not conditioned and ready for the first game of the season, but you got to be careful. But you can spread it out and still get hurt. You can put them all at the end of the season and still get hurt because you're more tired from a season to play. And so I guess that risk of injury is there all the time. But I think you're definitely right. We definitely front-loaded our schedule with some of our more heavy games. And now going into the backside of the season, you're looking forward most to Winslow and Winslow. So that's going to be exciting. We will be on the road for that one here in, a month, a couple weeks from now. Winslow will be the last home game, I believe, that Round Valley will have after the Monument Valley game that they have.
Blue Ridge will be
week.
the last home game.
Blue Ridge at home. I mean, away. Sorry. Our last away game
Yeah,
after Monument Valley will be
isn't Page
Winslow
home
and
too?
Winslow. Yeah. Yeah, so all the other games will be at home. So, again, heavy on the road schedule, too, or at least it felt like it because Poston Butte was a bit of a drive for us. But
indeed.
So will Monument Valley. That's going to be a drive. So, guys, a big thanks to Lackey Reynolds for providing your post-game coverage here on Let's Go Elks. Guys, he has all of the equipment and then some. If you need to rent it for the day, he's got it all there. Right next to Cowboy Up, you can see a lot of the stuff that he has available to you. So if you've got a job, you got a remodel, a redo, you want to dig something, talk to Lackey Reynolds at 928-242-5703. That's 5705. Sorry, my eyes are going out. 928-242-5705. That's Lackey Reynolds in Springerville. They're also on Facebook. You can see a lot of the equipment they have and the equipment they rent. So good people, good rentals, good gear, good equipment. Any parting comments, any last words as we kind of wrap up our coverage here?
Hey, have a short memory, as Ted Lasso says. Be a goldfish. Don't let that one get you down. Just look towards next week, get better, learn the lessons you need to learn from this week, and just move on. You
have to silo every victory and every loss just as much. You got to contain those, come back at Monday, and get right back after it. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Coach?
Well, let's see what we do next week. Let's see if we make adjustments, figure out where our weaknesses are, and what we can do to, get rid of those and move forward. We can only get better, and as the team progresses throughout the season, everybody should be moving together as a team, getting better, working better together, getting that mesh on the offense, that timing, everything like that, knowing those blocking assignments that'll really open up. And then defense, I think Ethan said it best, finding that identity, what works best for us, what these kids know, the adjustments and everything else. And so finding that, getting that identity, I think, those two things together, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, will work better out in the weeks to come.
So an evening of adjustments. I've heard us say it a lot, of hoping adjustments, potential adjustments, future adjustments, and so a week of change. So hopefully we see the Elks watch some film, get back at it next week. So a big thanks to Winslow McNeil for providing us the adjustments as we discuss those. And, guys, after a game like this, you may need an adjustment. You may need to go see Winslow, and guess what? He has massages as well. So if you want to relax and you need to calm it down, go see Winslow. You can also see him on Facebook as well. But Winslow McNeil right there in Eager, in the plaza where a number of other businesses are. Blue Hills is in there, Round Valley Smiles in there. So just north, as it is, from the Circle K there. Call him 928-333-2224. That's Mr. Winslow McNeil at WM Chiropractic. Guys from Sholo, before they turn the lights out on us, we better boogie because this isn't the Dome and the lights won't be on. We're going to leave you. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe and all the goodness. For Let's Go Elks, I'm Wesley McBride.
Ethan Holiday.
Brandon Mossness.
And for all the crew here at Let's Go Elks, guys, be safe and make good choices. You guys have a great weekend.